What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Random Ass Show. I just figured I'd go live. What the hell? Hold on one second. I'm on a new phone. This thing's acting weird. Like while I was doing the intro, the volume was going up and down and shit. I thought somebody was fucking with me. This shit was weird. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing good, man. I'm gonna roll up some joints. That I have not done yet. It's been a very busy day. Been a very busy week. Extremely busy. I got a new phone though. Trying to figure it out. It's pretty dope. This is my first time on StreamYard with it, so we'll see how it acts. Shout out to all the real ones. You already know. You already know. Yeah, just kind of a random on the fly thing. I haven't gone live for a minute, so I figured we'll get people an alternate spot to go chill than the Thursday garbage that goes on over at Schwebbles. Yeah, so 3 of us got new phones in the family, so I'm like trying to help the others figure out their shit. Oh yeah, nobody's got wrenches right now. I'll figure that shit out and give everybody wrenches back. AC time. Hold on. It's getting hot as shit here, man. It's like summer's already here. I'm trying to get Lupus in here if he's free here in a little bit. What up, Flyby? Flyby? How you doing, brother? Brother. Booyaka, you get a wrench. Oh, weird. On this phone, it just shows me, it doesn't make you blue, it just shows you with a wrench. That's fucking weird, dude. Wait, is that correct? Huh. Chilling? Hell yeah. There was no plan for this. Yeah, I was just like, you know what? I'm fucking bored. It's been a long day. Not in a bad way. It's a long day. In a good way. Dude, I got a lot of gardening done today. A lot. Fly by, you're gonna laugh at me, dude. I'm thinking about taking clones from everything in the tent. It would throw me back a couple of weeks, but it would get me nice and you know what I mean? Like I'd have plenty of cuts. Transplanting a bunch of shit. Dude. Might as well take clones. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, man. Well, it's kind of dumb for me to do it now. I should have I probably should have just taken a bunch of cuts like when I took blueberry, like when I topped the blueberry, like a week and a half ago. And then I butchered one of the queen that were in the, like one of my vegging plants. I took like probably 5 cuts off of her. I basically cut because I'm trying to get 4 to 6 clones per plant. I'm gonna give everybody wrenches back, Hayes. Just give me a minute. I did like a wrench reset. I know that's fucking dumb, but I did it anyways. Dude, a bunch of my buddies were getting blocked, so you know what I mean. So I figured I'd just do a reset, then go through the whole list and find out who it was. Do not care much. Good to see you, Hayes. Yeah, I think what we'll probably do for a bit, man, like is just I'll try to like not try, but I'll make sure I do like a live a week. But I'm gonna back it off from like the happy hour and the Friday show, the Tuesday Friday. So I'll probably just do like one show a week as we're getting busy into the spring and summer. You know what I mean? I don't want to overdo it. I come on here for fun and to hang out with y'all, so it's more so that than anything. I like to definitely hang out with y'all. But yeah, we'll probably break it down to like one show a week, and then you'll see me, at Nuggies or PKR or Flyby starts to go live. You know, Viking. What up, Smooth? Again, Smith. Yeah, I reset the wrenches, man. Everybody will get their wrenches back. Cheers, all out here driving and listening in the background. How you doing, Smith? Yeah, if I took clones from everything in the tent, it would probably take me to the. It would definitely take me back a bit from being able to flip. But I would get several clones. Kind of what I want to do. I'm like leaning into it. I'm leaning to it. I kind of want to do that. What up, Mikey? Good to see you, brother. Dude, yeah, it's been busy lately, man. I've been like productive. You know what I mean? It's been like just one thing after the next. Not in a bad way. Staying busy is good. Gotta stay busy. Here, let me help you guys with it. Standard. Moderator. There we go. Everybody go wrenches. What up, Cakes? How you doing, brother? This new phone's pretty sick, though. I got the 25 Ultra, 200 megapixels camera. No biggie. Actually, haven't even taken a single picture yet with it. But I look forward to like taking some flower pictures, man. It's gonna be dope. The camera I was using for I finally figured out this camera in the second year I had the phone because I had the S23 or whatever. And I think it goes to like 50 megapixels. But if you put it at like 12, you can zoom so fucking far in, man. Like you can see the flower so good. But yeah, I look forward to checking this camera out. The phone's pretty dope. It's kind of big, dude. It's like bulky in my pocket. I don't like walking around with it. It's like remember the old notes? It's like the newer version of the note, I think. It's pretty sick though. It comes with a stylus too. There's like a little stylus in the bottom left part. And it's like a haptic stylus or a stylus. Haptic is that how you say it? Yeah, baby. Haptic feedback. Hmm. I can draw on this. This phone's big enough for me to like draw on. Dude, I almost got a tablet the other day too. I almost bought a tablet while I was there. I was like, oh shit, dude. Because it was like basically if you sign a 3-year contract, it's free, you know, for like the new Galaxy Tab. I've never really been a big fan of the Galaxy Tabs. I don't know. I've owned a couple of them, like the first ones. Uh, but like not really a big fan of the Galaxy tablets. What's up, Nancy? How you doing? But yeah, it's been a couple years since I had a new phone. I used to be that motherfucker that would buy a phone every year, right? You get a new phone every year. Gotta have the new phone. I don't into that anymore. I mean, this shit, it's cool to have a new one, but I'll probably hold on to this for a minute. Not much of is changing with phones. What up, Jimmy? How you doing? Don't need to do that too much growing indoors, Mr. Anderson. All right, shit. Now it's a bit cold in here. Hands are sore from digging with shovel. Brother, Nancy, brother, dude. The first farm job I had, I was like a soil turner. That's like what I did for so many hours in the day was turn soil and shit like that. Fill pots, dude. It's break back work if you do it for like 8 hours to 12 hours in a day. It's shit. It gets tiring after a couple hours. Gardening's fun though. Gotta make burgers. Got you better put some cheese and bacon on them burgers. I'll tell you what. Oh shit. Hmm. My bad. Anybody got any big weekend plans? Fights and races. Hanging with the family. Actually, I don't even know where they're racing this weekend, but I do know there's fights coming up. Dude, I had some good teriyaki chicken and noodles tonight. It was delicious. Nate C. What's good, man? How you doing? Lobo. Big horse race there? Oh shit, Kentucky Derby. Oh shit. Bluesy. Oh shit, you're trimming the bluesy tomorrow, dude. Hell yeah. Oh, that's what's up. Uh man. Oh man, so I heard that I guess it was kind of they brought up a PKR, but yeah, I heard about Big Time, man. Rest in peace, Big Time. Never really got to know the dude or whatever, but you know, rest in peace, dude, brother. Sorry to hear that. Sorry, for your family and stuff, man. How you doing, Lobo? Nate Z. Yeah, I didn't know about that till the show last week or last Monday. Oh hell yeah, man! I did a wrench reset the other day. The other day, Oaks Derby. Oh shit. Yeah, man, we've been getting together and watching like Flyby, myself and some other folks have been getting together and watching like like the fights and shit on Saturday. But then they've been doing that for a while, by the way. But we also watch like the races now on Sunday as well. What's up, Five? How you doing? Yeah, I think I missed like one race so far, but we've been catching most of them. Last week was Talladega. I haven't watched NASCAR for a very long time. I used to watch it more frequently, like it's like 15 years ago or so. But oh man, I love watching the fights. In my opinion, UFC is the best sport there is. It's like the original sport, you know what I mean? Hand to hand combat. I fucking love watching the fights. Specifically UFC too. I don't know why. I just feel like they do it different than everybody else. It seems like the top tier in the world as far as like mixed martial arts go competition. Man, yeah, UFC, dude. I get excited about my UFC big time. We got fight week coming up too in June, so he's the girl. I haven't seen you for a minute, man. I hope you're doing good. Good to see you. He's the girl. As moderator. Wow. Oh yeah, I was gonna roll another joint. Let's roll another joint. The road. Cheers. Cheers to you, man. The blue bling. Wait, did you get the blue Z2 5? On the road, listening. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for the blue bling. Happy school crop. What's up, my brother? Add as moderator. Balloon Matt. We're good. We're good. Trying to get everybody wrenches at the same time. Okay. How you doing, Crop? Good to see you, brother. Oh yeah, I'm a stoner. I was reading something. The blue bling. Oopsie. Dude, how can you fuck up a joint when it's in a roller? I still managed to do so. Lobo, I think Midnight and Hills were the only ones growing bluesy at the moment, but could be more. Oh yeah, we got him out there to like. I think, dude, I realized late that like some people didn't get them, and I don't think they said anything to me about it because that one fellow that bitched about it, I flipped out. Remember? So if you're listening and you didn't get your beans, please fucking let me know, brother. Like, please, whoever is out there, because I know there's like 6 people still to this day that haven't got their shit, but I don't know who you are. I have a guess. I know 2 of them are. Starhunt's one of them. And then I took care of Nuggy, or Lupus took care of Nuggy yesterday. But I know there's still like 5 people out there that haven't got them, and there's like 2 other people that I said that I'd give them to. So don't be shy. Let a motherfucker know. Just give me a text or hit me up somewhere, or even say it here. Be like, hey, dummy, you never send me my shit. I'm a stoner, a busy stoner dad of 4, so I get sidetracked, y'all. But yeah, I definitely will get it together and send those out ASAP if y'all let me know who you are. Lobo, hell yeah. And then from moving forward from here on out, anybody that did get beans this time, that's like been participating, like Lobo showing, stuff, talking about it and all that stuff. We're just gonna go ahead and like pick people from the community from now on to send beans to, and they're likely gonna be the ones that like people like Lobo that that have been growing them. People like Flyby, Starhawk. I'm not saying we're not going to give them to new people, but we're going to like consistently just give them, send out beans to the folks that are always here. The crew. Ooh, this joint has a bunch of keef in it. Yeah, Flyby is currently growing the Blue Z and the shuffle. And you guys want to know something crazy? So to the folks that like grew the shuffle, I don't even remember how many. I think we sent out like 20 packs, maybe more, maybe like 25. Shit, I can't remember. I have it somewhere. But anyways, out of all of the people that grew it, including myself, including Lupos, all the people that had it, right? Only one person that I know of actually took cuts from it, and it's Flyby. He kept it going. He ran it several times, you guys. He's ran the same strain several times, and he loved it. He's been running it for a minute. And there's like no beans available for it either. We used up all the seeds for that for like the giveaways and stuff, and you know what I mean. It wasn't as much as he didn't have as many seeds as like other strains. But yeah, that was pretty cool. So you know what I mean. If he's the only one that we know that actually has that cut of that actually has it. I mean, because like I said, unless somebody like kept it and didn't tell us, like there's nobody else. He's gone. Now it's clone only. Yep, cut only. That's what that means. Somebody could take it and reverse it on itself and try to pull some seeds out of it. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I think he's done several runs with it too. Like I said, 4, 5, 6 runs. I got big old buds from the blue fox body and the Detroit shuffle. The flu box body. The blue fox body seeds are available online. I do believe. The Detroit shuffle, the shuffle that you have. Yeah, yeah. You're the only one with it, dude. Like, I don't think Loopy even has it, man. I don't think he even has seeds for it. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's badass, though. Yeah, so fly by the guy for that shit. What's up, Funny Farmer? Funny also grew the blue. Oops. Wait, did I accidentally take you out? What did I just do? Oh, okay, there you are. I thought I hit Funny Farmer. My bad, brother. There we go. I thought I dunked on you. Oh, you still have seeds too, Flyby? Oh shit, brother. That's dope. I didn't know that. Hell yeah. What up, Zib? That's moderator. Yeah, I didn't know you had seeds still, man. That's dope. I'm gonna grow the mutants next. I'm gonna have to. I was gonna grow the wolf soon, but that's gonna have to wait. Might be a fall run. We got the mutants coming up next. Very anxious to get that going, and then I kind of want to do a run with the clone that Lupus is gonna be bringing me. You know what I mean? I really do. What's up, cool? How you doing, man? Cheers. Cheers, Rich. Um, I don't know. The in between run, I'll probably think about. I don't know. I might want to run the Queen again. I'm gonna run the Queen a couple more times, dude. I like that strain a lot. It is delicious. Oh, and it's almost fucking gone too. I'm almost out of it, so I need to harvest more of it. Dude, the temperature is getting crazy. It's like hot, cold, hot, cold. Come on, AC. There you go. Sweat my ass off. Lab, I hope hopefully we're sending you like a variety of things. Uh, yeah, variety of things. One of them being the same thing that Nuggy got. And Nuggy wanted you to have some too, so instead of him sending them to you, I think we're just gonna send you some. That way he can just hold on to the packs he got. That one strain, you know. We doing big things. No big deal. No big deal. Oh yeah, shit fuck's sake. Fly by somebody, anybody. Uh I don't really have it. I have like one shirt up. I think that Nuggy made, and I'm gonna get some more designs up. But there's like there's merch for PKR and for Happy Cultivator and other uh other folks that are involved in it as well. And as soon as I find the link for it, I'll go ahead and find it and throw it up for you guys. Anybody can check it out. Also looking for anybody's thoughts on like a good design for a shirt. You know what I mean? If you have any thoughts, like let me know. What up, Outlaws? How you doing? Rashad. There you go. Great show. I like turtles and frogs, so it's probably gonna have something to do with turtles and frogs getting stoned or something. I don't know. But yeah, there's a bunch of different designs up there. There's lots of different PKR shirts, hats, high quality shit. There's oh shit, Lupo's got some gear up there. His next one of his projects he's working on right now. There's a uh shirt up there that kind of announces his. I don't know if he's announced it yet, but that's on his current strain he's working on. Like I can get that out. But yeah, so as soon as I find the link, I'll put it up if somebody else doesn't do it first. But yeah, there's merch. Schmerch. I think Lupus already bought some of his shirts too. He wanted to check it out. He bought himself a shirt and a hat of his own stuff. I kind of thought about the logo on the top right there, on the top right corner, like revamping that or redrawing it, maybe putting something like that on a t-shirt. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, but Gigi made that. What up, Simon? How you doing? Hey, how you doing? People getting ready for the outdoor? Oh shit! outdoor. Though I might be involved with a couple outdoor grows this year, I'm not going to be doing my own. Couple different outdoor projects, you know. And I kind of want to set the queen loose out in the wild, see how she does. Uh, shit, what was his name? I can't remember his name. One of the dudes over in the copycat Discord was telling me that the queen actually does, he for him did really well outside. But she was stretchy for me, man. Honestly, like I'd like to get more. You know, it's weird growing something that dainty like the queen, or at least like how I got my results for that run. I should say because my it's probably not it is my fault. But right before that run, I ran like some of Lupos's gear that I got actual fucking cricket bats, you know, buds all the way across the tent. So it's just weird to run something like that and then to run something like that where you don't get as much. I tend to think, what did I do wrong? Where did it all go wrong? It must have been the schwas. I didn't schwaz the roots right. Got schwaz the roots, bro. Hard. That's why it's getting cold as shit in here. AC is like aimed at me. Most copycat strains are low yielders. Well, the wolf was I'm gonna say the rancid rainbow was ridiculous. Um, that could be correct, but I don't know. I've only ran like 6 or 7 strains from copy, and I get similar results. But I can say I've never had like you know like a copycat strain that I grew where it gave fluffy buds. They're always mega dense, mega dense. And tasty. You know, there is something to be said that the flower that I've smoked from the harvest that I've grown from Copycat have all been pretty extraordinary. They're all delicious. They're very unique. You know what I mean? Like there is talent there as far as like the breeding goes. Like I don't give a shit what anybody's. There is talent there. Doctor Sleep was a good, yeah, dude. He ran that for Crop ran that for a good minute too. Like he was fucking with Doctor Sleep for a while. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that maybe the yield might be scaunched a bit, like on strains or whatever. But dude, like I mean, well, like for Queen, for instance, like overall yield, I still got a good weight, but the buds didn't look as I would have liked. What up, JB? Let me get you a ranch. A ranch. Uh, but still had weight to it. Like, you know, nice dense compacted buds. The Queen gave like good solid baseball bats. Or not the Queen, but the Wolf, excuse me. Dude, I made hundreds of clones of that the wolf that I grew. I think I had one left, and it ended up I ended up cloning the shit out of it, giving like a bunch of clones away to everybody. So that the wolf was around last season here quite a bit locally. Not bad. Answering a text. How you doing, JB? I gotta grind up some more weed, dang it. The queen I grew was a strong high. The leaves grew funny because each leaf petal was overlapping the other on the same. What kind of buzz did you get, Ziv? Like, I'm curious, brother. Did you get like solid colas, or did you more so get like that kind of DNA effect where it like spirals up the stem? Also, dude, I have so many questions. I didn't know you grew that, or I must have forgot. Also, noticing a lot of stretch with the pheno I got, and so maybe I see. No, I here's what I think. If she's stretching like that, it's likely something that I can adjust or do to make it to remedy the situation, right? Like I could probably make an adjustment. Zim's a plant killer. 420 kids says, Zim's an OG. Did you like? Okay, here's another one. Zip. I didn't get, and nobody actually that smoked the queen that I grew with. Like no cough, bro. It was like one of the smoothest smoke I've ever smoked. It was so smooth, and it tastes like vanilla too, like cotton candy or vanilla or something. Spectacular. I'm running it back to back. Delicious. Yeah, it's really good though. You just jelly. Oh, you had a grape taste. That's interesting. It was a sketchy grow, like the proof grow. Like the growing it to like make sure it's a good pheno, and but I want to keep her. And uh, it was kind of nerve wracking because I heard from a lot of people that she firmed like a lot. You know what I mean? Uh, so I was sketched out about it. To be honest, I was like, oh shit, like is this bitch gonna herm? I don't want to deal with that. And so I was watching it very closely. And she also like the structure of the bud was kind of interesting in some points and stages. So it kind of made it like I don't know. I was worried to say the least. Like the whole grow that last run, I was like stressed out, really watching it close, trying to make sure that there's no perms or anything like that. And there was like a swollen calyx like that, like popped up in a weird place. And like I don't have good eyes, whether I looked at it really close and I kind of picked at it a little bit to make sure there wasn't a seed in it, dude. And I felt really dumb afterwards because I'm like, dude, you're like, what the fuck? you know? I mean, and she didn't, seedless. There's not nobody's found a single seed that's been spoken on the queen that I just ran. So she didn't harm, but dude, it was sketchy. I really honestly, like, I didn't want to give clones out. Like, I didn't, like, and people were like, oh, let me get a clone of that. Like, right now, come on, man, hook a bird up. And I'm just like, bro, like, I can't. I felt bad about doing that kind of shit. Like, like, what if I gave you like a plant that's gonna fucking harm, man? Like, let me at least get it through week 5, you know what I mean? But thank the Lord, she worked out just fine. I didn't do any sort of testing on her. Like, she could be apt to. She still could hurt for someone. A little bit of light leak here, a little bit of schwaze there. You never fucking know. You might just fucking piss her off and make her decide to switch teams. I grew clone of the queen to my buddy, or to my buddy. Oh, cool. Oh, you gave. I read that really, really, really badly. I gave a clone of the queen to my buddy to grow outside. Dude, I hear it works well outside. Son's texting me. So yeah, I heard she does great outside. I just thank you, appreciate that. Random edible. That's tight. Yeah, I just gave one clone to a buddy that I know's gonna grow it outside. Too. So I can't wait to see like what he does with it this summer. Actually, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. This shit smells fantastic. Still smoking on the queen. These are delicious. Dude, the AC's on. It's too cold. The AC turns off and it's too hot. What the hell? Remember the age-old question: is the glass half empty or is the glass half full? I think I have the answer to that. It's pretty easy too. It's like a simple one when you think about it, at least. So check it out. It's easy to figure out if the glass is half empty or half full by whatever action happened with the glass prior to it. So like if the glass was being filled up, then that's the action of it. It's half full, right? If it was being emptied out, then it's fucking half empty. Wham! I'm fucking stoned. I'm just joking around. But no, seriously, think about it. Like if the last thing that happened to the glass is you were dumping the fucking water out, then that's being emptied. It's half empty. Stoner thoughts. I'm growing the blueberry blitz too. Not the bluesy, but the blueberry blitz. What kind of taste smell on the bluesy? Oh, I'm hearing like a floral berry, like blueberry muffin kind of joint. Funny. Dude, I can't wait to hear what you say about it though. But yeah, I'm noticing like a lot of people are getting like a florally uh scent in their tents like during, like the flowering late flowering stages of a lot of the not just that one, but it like I got it with the blue fox body. I got that floral with the big time with the Detroit shuffle. Hamburger doesn't have ham in it. I know, right? What up, Root? How's it doing? How's it doing? Because hamburger is too hard to pronounce for some people. Hamburger. I don't know what you're talking about. You mean why doesn't hamburgers have pork in it? How you doing? Hamish burgers. Hamish beef burgers. Mm. A while back, somebody said something about brisket burgers. I gotta fuck with that. Them brisket dogs that Nuggy was talking about were fire. They were in fucking insane. I want some brisket burgers though. Campbell burger, cow burger. Just doesn't sound the same, right? Moo burger, chicken burger, just Campbell's burger. I mean, you kind of call it a hamburger if you put bacon on it. It makes a little more sense. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Fired up. I just did, good sir. I just did. Cheers to you, man. No dead gardens in this community. It's crazy. It's crazy. Just a bunch of fucking winners. Though it gets boring, right? And I'm not trying to be conceited, but all y'all are winning. What are we going to talk about? Advanced growing? What's advanced? Like you just keep doing the same shit over and over again, right? Just keep winning. There's that. The Jessica Simpson questions. Like, if not, it's not tuna fish. It's chicken. It says chicken of the sea. Root, is the glass half empty or half full? I dropped my Blue Z day 66, but probably or chopped. Dude, I can't read for shit. I mean, I usually can't read, I guess, but today I can't read for shit. I chopped my Blue Z day 66, but probably could have come down at 60-ish, 10% amber. No shit. Yeah, Loop says to run that 60 70 days, man. Hell yeah. Did you get Lobo, did you get like a floral smell, like a flowery kind of smell? Did you notice at all? I mean, I like it was new to me. Like usually when GMO hits there's GMO involved, you get an interesting terp. But for whatever reason, the GMO that he's been using, yeah, see, Lobo floral smell for sure. And isn't it interesting? Because like I've never really, I mean, I'm sure it's more common than I assume, or but like I've never really grown a strain that smelled like flowers like that. Yeah, sweeter smell, not a GMO rotten. That's what I mean. It's mixed with GMO, but it didn't get that garbage terp. You know what I mean? The mushroom onion garbage or whatever the fuck, garbage mushroom onion garlic, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? The gross shit. It didn't get that gross shit. And honestly, like usually whenever I like if I find a good GMO, it might be raunchy. Like you might pop the jar and it smell like a just straight GMO smell like ass. You never know. It could smell like ass. But the GMO, like when I grew straight GMO, it was from a local dispensary. It was my very first indoor run in a tent too. But when I grew that, I got such weird, peculiar smells, and it was like I said, it was my first time growing inside. So like everything is new, man. Like even like the smell of it, like it's it. I didn't. The smell was crazy. Like the garbage chirps, like it definitely had some weird funk to it, and it wasn't like a skunk funk. It was like a fucking like bad breath. It smelled like bad breath. You know what I mean? Like it really did. And I even sent some to hemp with GJ. I'm like, yo, is this normal? Is this like, why does this smell like ass garbage, bro? But once I cured it and dried it and grew it out, she gave nice big buds too. But once I finished it and started smoking it, it tasted like tomatoes, like fruity tomatoes. It's fucking good, dude. I loved that. That made me fall in love with GMO. Another good strain that's like very similar to the GMO and smells like fucking bad breath is a strain called Fatso. Trash can plus skunk. Trash panda. Yeah. Half empty, half full. Depends on who poured. If it was really there. That's exactly what I said. Full price. Dude, well, it's not exactly what I said, but I said the last action to the cup. So if somebody was pouring water into the cup or pouring liquid into the cup, it would be half full. If they were dumping liquid out, it would be half empty. I never understood why that was even a thing. It's goofy. I gotta text my son. 1 second. Well, oh, dude, it's been a pretty busy week, brother. Yeah, it's been pretty fun though. Busy but fun. Busy, fun, busy. Made some stack some chips this week. That was a good thing. Saved up some money, paid some bills. I'm gonna go get some of the other components to the Athena blend. Well, not blend mix, but the Athena mix. You know what I mean? Some of the boosters and different shit. Maybe balance. I don't know. They have CalMag too. But I got some money burning a hole in my pocket, so I might go over to the garden store and hit up some of their sales. Maybe get a new light for the closet. I'm thinking about building a PC too, Root, actually. Yeah. Probably by I want to have a desktop by summer. I see. So we got like 6 more weeks, or wait, shit, 8 more weeks till vacation, till the next vacation. Can't wait. We got it's an interesting state. We got a lot of different landscapes here in Oregon. You know what I mean? We got a lot of different terrain from, mountain, hillish, like plains to actual desert. Like if you go to, if you go to the west, there's the ocean. You have to get through the hills. If you go to the north, like up the valley, you'll end up at the mountains and to the east as well. And if you get over the, same down south too, right? And the coast is crazy too. We got like cliff lines and shit. Like it's pretty intense up the Oregon coast and the northern California range. If you've ever been out there, places like Lost Coast where it's just a sheer cliff like on one side, dude. It's nuts. Here in Newport, Oregon too, it's similar but not really like it's just for like a small stretch of cliff. It's not like Northern California. But yeah, then if you go east, it's desert. Like half of our people don't really know this stuff, but like a big portion of our state is actually desert. Like a huge portion. $100 later to need to go. Man. Just got your laptop back. Oh, dude, Root, I thought about fixing my old notebook that I was telling you about. It's upgradable. It actually has a decent graphics card in it, even though it's fucking 7 years old. It's still not bad. uh, it ran shit really smoothly, and it's upgradable as well. But I'd rather just get something new. Like I kind of want to get another notebook, but it would be like sufficient. Honestly, a notebook might be my target. I kind of want to look around and see, like, okay, I'm interested in something like the Surface, but I'm not interested in like what it has to offer as far as like how much money I'd have to spend to get something powerful enough for for me to be satisfied. Where I could spend far less and build something on my own and get you know way better results for a quarter of the money. Like I feel like I'd have to spend thousands of dollars on a Surface to get it to be what I want. But I do like the idea of like like a touch screen, like something that's got like a decent touch screen so I can art. I'll be able to draw, man. A desktop would be a better value though. Mm. A way better value in many ways. I would pay $100 to have my I would pay $100 just to have all my media and shit back from uh my notebook. I mean, I could just tear it apart, take the hard drive out, honestly, put it in something new. That thing was baller though, man. Like I said, that's why I was kind of like, because even that came with like a solid state drive for the operating system. Like, or at least that's what I used it for. And then I put everything else on the one of my other hard drives. Touch screens, yeah. It's just expensive for like I say, I was looking at like the Surface, even like the Surface Pro, like the variations, like customizing it, and even shit like that, and it gets to the point to where it's like a lot of fucking money. What's up, bro, Ron? How you doing? Good to see you here. Let me get you a wrench. Yeah, or for drawing. I mean, that's more of just a hobby. I like it a lot, but it'd be fun to have something that's like this, like a 27-inch or it doesn't even have to be that big, but like a giant freaking touch screen that I could like a drafting table kind of. And so they look pretty cool, man. You can kind of use them like a drafting table, art on it. Watch, so I get into it, buy it, customize it, pay all the money for it, and then I hardly even use it. That's what I was thinking about, just grabbing a tablet. I just wish that they had like, I don't know. I haven't really looked into like the tablets for a long time. And the last time I purchased a tablet that I actually liked, I bought three of them and broke them all. Was the Nvidia Shield, which I stopped selling that, and I haven't found anything that's like similar to it. But that will run your standard Android OS, and you can put you were able to put Windows on it too. So, oh, what is that? Well, can we get that here? We can't get that here. Yes, I guarantee that's what I'm looking for because I'm pretty sure. Is it? Wait, am I wrong? I thought Wacom was banned in America. Their products are fire too. That's what sucks about it. If it's someone, that might be mistaken though. Might be a different company. Yeah, powerful tablet that has haptic feedback with a stylus. That's good. I thought Wacom was banned in the States. Am I tripping? Isn't there like a phone, what phone company is banned? Like phone manufacturer is banned here. Uh, oh, what up, Star? Huh? Boom, pow. You get a wrench. Anyways, I bought a smaller version of it. So, what was it, Drew? Do you know what I'm talking about? Wasn't there like a manufacturer that was banned from making or from selling phones here in the States? I thought it was Qualcomm. Videos. I don't know what that is. Where's the merch link? Oh yeah, where's the merch link? Root, can you drop that thing for her brother? ADHD, what up, brother? Brother. Okay, thank you, Root. Yep. I still feel like there was a thing from them too back in the day. Maybe they got through it, but yeah, Huawei or however the hell you say that one that you put in, that is definitely the one. That's definitely it. I'll have to get that link from you again, man. Here in a few. What up, Canada Claus? How you doing, man? Good to see you, bro. How you get a bridge? Yeah, I checked that tablet out, man. How much is it? I mean, well, what's the base price for it? I guess they were trying to give me a free Galaxy S, like they're the best Galaxy S tablet, I guess that they have. There, if I would have paid $10 a month for their service, I don't really want service on a tablet. I'll just hook it up to Wi-Fi. You feel me? So in the long run, I'm gonna end up spending, like $10 a month for 3 fucking years, anyways. Like I would never walk down the street with my tablet and be like, "Yeah, guys, I got this tablet walking around. It's been cool." You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck would I want service on a tablet? Like, I don't leave home without it. I bring this big ass tablet everywhere I go. It's cool. Nah. Playing that to all the idiots in New York walking around with tablets in there. What the fuck? Really though, bro? For real? That's what's happening? What is happening? Why do they do that? They're like, fuck your tiny ass phone. Look at my big ass phone. It's a tablet, bitch. You got bling on the back and shit. But the new phone that I got is like a mini tablet. I definitely feel like I should have like rethought that. I'm just like, oh, stylus ultra, let's go. Let's go. Boom box, they're walking around with their tablets next to their heads, just bumping shit. Shit's funny. Is the Galaxy Root, do you know if the 25 is any good? Oh, we tried internet for a phone service. I'm not gonna say which one because maybe that's not a good idea. But for a phone service, they're like, "Oh yeah, take this internet home, try it out, and if you like it, let us know." I hook it up, run tests on it, and then run tests on like our other internet. I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding?" And then you got to send it in. And they're like, but you can't bring it back here. You got to send it in. I guess, we're the dumbasses who were like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. But yeah, as soon as I plugged it in at home and started testing the connection and shit, like running it against like the internet. I even ran it against like the hotspot from my phone, like just to see like, like put it like hardline shit just to see. Dude, it's so slow. I was pissed. I was like, damn it. I fucking knew that was gonna happen. I think Starlink is the way. I think Starlink might be the way. Maybe not fully at 100% yet, like with Starlink, but I bet you anything like that'll be the way to go soon. I think it's already the fastest internet you can get, right? You don't know anything about Android phones at all. I mean, it's the same thing, right? It's just a different operating system. Oh, you're talking about the tablet. Okay. It does run off of the Android. It's a weird it's a different kernel. It's like a weird version of like their normal UI. I wish they would just run the same UI that see tablets like the Samsung Galaxy shit would be a lot better if they would just run the same UI as like the current latest version that they put on like the newest phones. If they would just run that instead of like the junky fucking one that they put on like the Samsung tablets, I'd be more prone to using their shit. But it's just like a junk version of like Android, or just like I feel like it's just like a lesser version of Android, less features. And it still looks the same. I was sitting there playing with that, like checking out the tablet that was there, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? It's got some of the same shit from when I had an Android tablet. That Nvidia one actually was the dope thing about that. Like I said, is you can run other operating systems on it. It ran like a little PC. It was fucking fast too. Things are getting different. Like as far as like, what's up, Shave Life? How you doing, man? Get you rich. Oops, wrong thing. Ugh, what are we doing? Add as moderator. There we go. Uh, Technology's fun though, right? Because like things are getting to the point to where you can run anything on anything. So like like you got a smart TV, but you don't have like an Xbox, but you want to play your games on it. Well, we're at that point now to where like you could just get the Xbox app onto your television and grab a controller and play your shit. You know what I mean? Like you don't even really have to have a console, for instance. And then like they're about to make the consoles into more of like a PC thing, like so that the next Xbox that comes out will be like more of a computer, or you'll be able to access the computer side of the console. Consoles are already a computer that just you don't you're not able to access the Windows, I guess. Here's to you. I think it's a live chat. There we go. Damn, it's already 8 o'clock. Yeah, they're just mini PCs. Yeah, dedicated RAM specifically. That's where they kind of like it's you don't get to see what's being used. It's kind of annoying almost a console because you don't get to see where everything is going. You have no control. You can't figure out how to add a shirt to the cart to buy it. Did we get the link posted? If somebody could post the link for me somehow, I can pin it. Crop, I know Lupos bought a shirt, so I know there's a way. It's the link shop. Damn, this battery is badass on this phone. Like, okay, so I've been on this for an hour and 11 minutes, right? And my old phone, my S23, would have been like you could have roasted marshmallows on that bitch by now. Not a problem. And that's with all the settings like lowered and shit. You know what I mean? Me putting the screen on almost black, like fully darked out, like but this phone is like nice and not hot at all. And I'm on StreamYard, that's cool. I got from I can't read that because it's anywhere. Oh, oh shit! Do you have the link? Can you post it? Can you post the link, lad? Holy shit, dude! I've been like falling asleep early as fuck. Getting old man sleepy at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Thank you, good sir. Should be able to pin that. Oh, thank you. Okay, okay. I did it. It's pinned. The message is pinned. Thank you, Crop. Appreciate it, man. 2XL's out of stock. Damn, bro. We better stock that shit up. Moto Mobile chips have a decent enough video chip that it can run simple graphics on lower power mode. Older phones had a separate graphics chip to run things like StreamYard, Zoom. Oh, no shit. I didn't know that, man. Drained the hell out of it. Yeah, I mean, it cooked the, like, it's like my S10. I have an S10 also. That thing gets even hotter, bro. Like, it's like molten lava after an hour. And it cooks the battery too. Like it drains the battery so fucking fast. Yeah, that's cool though. Because yeah, my phone's doing fine so far. I almost didn't even grab a new phone. Honestly, is it for everything, Crop? That might be a store wide thing. That is weird. Because it's print on demand, right? So it should be in stock. It should be always in stock. Dude, this joint tastes fucking crazy good. I'm smoking some Sub Zero right now. Shout out to you. You know who you are that grew that. That shit's fire, bro. Or who procured it, I should say. Oh, just my shirt. Oh, you're trying to order your specific shirt and it's out of stock? What the hell? I wonder if you sold a bunch of shirts or something. It seems like it should be like since it's print on demand, it should be always on. It should be there. What the hell? That doesn't make sense. No, you just got to get a small and let your belly hang out. You know what I mean? Just like say fuck it. Fuck it. I mean, I don't know if you have a belly. Just let your crop hang out, dude. Fuck it. Get the smallest one they have. Oh shit. Does anybody know where Nuggy's at? Is he over at Loans? I wonder if you could help fix the situation. I wonder if you sold it. Maybe like I don't know. Maybe they sold out of that with your shirt. We gotta ask Nuggy if maybe you sold some. Nuggy's MIA. What? They took our Nuggy? Is he all right? He's not over. I know. I thought Lone was live too. Maybe he's over at Lowe's. Starhawk, can you find Nuggy? Find us a Nuggy. Is there black shirt that it's their black shirts that sucks. Oh, is it? Huh? I'm not just chop shirt. It's not just chop shirt. It's all of them in black for it. Could we change the brand of the shirt? That sucks. Root, do you have authority to change the brand? No. Oh fuck, that's one of the things I didn't. Dude, I'm gonna have to re-log into that shit. Damn it. Dang. So you're telling me I can't get my extra large teach me how to schwaze shirt? Damn it, bro. So it's probably site wide. I'm assuming crop. So I'm thinking what we could do, man, is change the brand. Change the brand, dude. Those edibles are gonna be fucked up. Damn it. But anyway, we could change the brand of the shirt likely, and then there should be maybe available large, sizes to other brands. Well, crop might not have a couple days. He's got an event coming up. Is the only thing. He wanted the shirt for the event, I think. We're getting a different color. Screw that though. They might have got like a big order or something. You got time? Yeah, I think we could probably remedy it. We could probably change it. Honestly, if we, the shirts are that price, probably because of the brand. Because we did, I think Nuggy did go for like the one of the best, thickest shirts we could find. Uh, I don't know. So, like, I got these one shirts that I don't know what they're made of. They're not. I don't know if they're like. They're not all. Oh, here I got you, brother. They're like stretchy shirts, kind of like muscle shirts. You know what I mean? But I got a couple like weed shirts like that are like my favorite shirts to wear. Here, one sec. There you go. Here, let me change the thing. Sorry, you can say it to that. Oh, sure. It was the closest quality to the GS. Okay, of the Carhartt. Right, but well, I mean, we might be able to if it's about like the sizes, we might have to switch for a little while until they get them in stock. Is what I'm saying. I don't know if we have to switch each one individually. That would be a bitch. What up, brother? Welcome, welcome.
There we go.
Now I got to see if my volume actually works because when I first started, it was like going up and down.
Up and down. Volume.
How you doing, old man?
I'm all right. No, I got time. I just hope
Oh.
they don't run out like that a lot.
Yeah, that's a singing. Like, I wonder how often that happens. I need to make some designs, man. I need to come up with something. You got like a hat too?
No, just a shirt. I'll probably switch up. I'll fucking switch up designs. You don't have to have the same thing all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The volume on this phone's way better. I can hear you so much clearer.
Oh, that's good.
Damn.
Damn, Gina.
Damn, Tina. On the shop is a specific shirt model plus design. Oh shit! So you pick your shirt by your shirt quality or design and designer. Damn. So you would have to go through each one and change it. Damn. Dude, so yeah, so I'm gonna do 9 in the veg. Since I have some wiggle room now, I'm gonna do 9 in the veg tent. And I'm just going like 4 to 6 coals a piece, man. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna do like a low amount of colas this run. I kind of want to see, like if there's any sort of difference. I feel like I'm gonna still get like a good yield. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, because it's with only having that many colas, it's going to be less veg time. You just got more plants. So with less plants or more plants, as long as you fill the space, it all evens out.
yep.
The only thing is with more plants, it's less veg time, which I love less veg time.
Oh yeah, me too. And like this time I'm aiming for 4 to 6 colas, so it was really easy to bring up 4 to 6 potential colas per plant. It was like real easy.
Oh, super easy.
Yeah, it was like brainless, and then now I'm just letting them stretch out a bit, and I'd flip anytime. Honestly, since one of the things I want to do is I was thinking about it would throw me back because I'm about ready to flip, but it would throw me back. I could take clones if I needed to from all these girls, but then I would have to wait for those to then turn 2 colas again,
Yeah,
of course.
Wait that 7 to 10 days or whatnot.
Yep, about 7 to 10 days. Get 3 nodes at least, somewhere in there. So
Horrible, but
you've done shit like tested out shit like flipping it very quickly, right? Like within a week or what?
yeah, I've flipped in a week. I've flipped like right away. Go
Oh,
from 24 hours of light and go straight to flower.
so do you just juice it? Do you hit it with with high newts, highlight everything right away? Like treat it as if it was going into flower?
Not normally. Like if I go that quick, I didn't. I just flipped it right away, and it was probably the light was probably about 60%. But what I noticed is it didn't stretch as much, but it took a lot longer to button up.
Oh, you mean to close the buds?
Yeah, to start the bud process where you just start seeing them button. It took
Oh,
a
okay.
lot longer. It took a lot longer. Well, it probably took like a week.
You also tried the easing it in too, right? Like changing it like an hour a day or
No,
a certain amount of time.
I've never done
You've never tried that?
No.
I have. I did it. I don't think there's enough data for the time that I tried it to say that if it was effective or not.
I always kind of
You know?
look at it like this: the energy that it takes to do that, right? So now I got to go in there and remember to turn it down every day.
Yeah, it's a bitch.
Like, is it worth it in the end?
Yeah, exactly.
Probably not.
Right. It's all these little extra things that, like, to add to the schedule to make your life more complicated that are probably just not worth it. Now, taking that extra effort to unzip the side of my tent and crawl, back there with my 200-pound ass, like
Mm.
once a day, I don't think it is worth it. I wasn't like, I didn't see like some like phenomenally huge giant buds that came out of it. I just had my normal giant buds, nothing nothing too extravagant. Just the
No,
same old
no.
shit.
When you say giant buds, tell people what you mean, because some people don't understand. Like,
You want a
what?
bud to be closed all from the top to the bottom. Like if you went into a situation where you had enough nodes stacked up before you flipped a flower, and that potential cola has enough space to grow, and it's at the highest point of the plant, along with all of its other sister colas from that plant, then it has the highest potential of becoming the biggest it possibly can. You know
Well,
what I mean? Like,
what do you think a big bud is? Like the top bud? Would you say like 5 to 7 gram top buds?
oh,
A
dude,
big bud?
I feel like I pulled some nice 10, 11, 12, grammars. Like, I don't know. I
Yeah,
think I have
yeah.
video to prove that too. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
It's
yeah, dude.
shocking sometimes. It's kind of shocking.
Well,
Like,
and what's the whole bud, right? Like, I say the top cola is where it goes all the way down until it breaks off. You know what I mean?
yeah, once
It's
you
pretty
can
simple.
see, to me, once you can see stem,
That's
like
it.
in between the bud segment, it's over.
Right. Now
The
that bud
cola
might go
stuff.
down further, but if there's breakage in it, it's no longer part of the main cola.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what
It's
I mean?
kind of
Now,
once
shit,
the
bro. That
stem.
being said, I've seen in your tent, I've seen in a lot of these other guys' tent and gals out here, but it's not uncommon around here to see 18, inch, 12 to
I
18
mean,
inch fucking
yeah.
giant colas.
If we're counting the whole top bud from top to bottom, if breaks aren't a factor, then yeah, 18 to 2 foot colas all day long.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
know
why I
what I
didn't
mean?
like the structure of the queen, because I had breakage throughout the colas. I mean, it was almost like there was certain points of the bud where like I fucked up and it stretched. You know what I mean? Like it just fucking, it
For
didn't.
me,
It
as
was
soon as I
something.
see, as soon as I see the breakage in the stem like that, I see the opening in the stem. Everything below that gets bucked off. You know, it just
Okay, so what I do, crop, is like, so as you follow the bud down, like how it gets to a certain point where it'll, and this is like what Grobot said too, it'll like kind of branch out like like a nest. It'll like throw out buds left and right, little tiny shoots off the side. That's where I like to I go right around that
okay.
area. I like to take off the bracts, like in
Where your sucker islands start coming off.
yep, that's where a lot of folks like to call it the second canopy, but it's
And
really not.
that's where a lot of people will stop the cola, whether there's breaks in the stem or not. Once they but I don't know. Let's see if I got a buddy.
Well, if you're getting short legs, okay, so you're doing essentially, short bed, short legs, right? Like, yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't just keep that powerful apical top, that you have, and say fuck everything else, because fuck everything else, right? I mean, you got a bunch of those in your grow space, so like, dude, why not isolate everything and just keep the good, the good.
Like, break it off. Like, see, once you can see the break in it here, everything underneath that, I cut it off. That's it. But that's
So,
still
yeah, that's a
a
big.
5 6 gram nug.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing how much some of them weigh.
Oh, we've had this conversation before too, man. Of course, plus, like, we do break down those colas, right? We like to
Oh,
look at them, but man,
yeah.
before they get jarred or stored for curing, we break them down. You
Well,
brought that to my attention a while ago. It's a
if
sad day, but
I'm, but I mean, like that nug right there. If somebody's wanting a bag, that's not going in their bag. That'll get bucked down.
Oh yeah, because you don't want them to bitch about a giant stem.
Right.
I give people big buds like that. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck it. I don't even care.
Some people like it. Some people bitch about it. And then you weigh the stem and it's like maybe 0.2, whatever.
Yeah, you can get a big, bulky ass stem. Dude, you want to know something I'm noticing with like the blueberry that I'm growing right now? The blueberry blitz that my son grew. And he said something to me about this too. And I think I might have mentioned it before as well. But the calyx is on, it's still a veg too, right? The shit is like crystally. She's got trichomes all over it, dude. Like, it looks kind of cool, actually. I'll see if I can get a picture of it later and zoom in really close with this phone. But yeah, it has like a trichomes all over it. You know what I mean? And like, and all up the stem of it, or not the stem of it, but right next to it. I guess I've seen that before, but just not at this extent to where like in veg it's pushing, heavily. Oh, dude, I'm adding some of the other components of, I think I've told you this before too, but the Athena or whatever. What is the balance? Do you know, like, what's the balance for, bro? Do I need that shit?
Balance in the
Yeah.
beginning. Oh, that's silica.
Okay. The balance is
I
silica?
don't use it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get the PK boost. Fuck it. Let's go. It's 25, it's $20 or whatever.
I basically just use the veg A and B and CalMag when I need extra CalMag, and then Bloom A and B and the PK.
You
That's
have
all I
A and
use.
B's? I just have a one.
Yeah, you got Proline. I got blended.
Oh, okay. So there's A and B for both those. That's crazy. You don't use any of the PK boosts or anything?
I use the PK in flour, but
Is it like the last couple of weeks or what?
no, I usually started at week 4.
Week 4 flour?
Yeah, it's mag sulfur.
And I
It's
think they have
got
like a CalMag one or a mag something one.
yeah, they have CalMag too.
I haven't been running CalMag with the Athena, bro. No shit. I
But
have
I'll
not.
be honest with you. I don't know about Proline, but if you look in the back at blended, if you look at the A and the B, there's enough calcium and magnesium between the two that's added that I don't add any extra CalMag anymore.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I haven't added shit to it, bro. I
Look,
just use since you told me like about the cleanse, I stopped running cleanse too, bro.
I know
Except for at the end.
what we all learned from the Grow Boss about CalMag, but realistically, if you start looking at your nutrients, and I got this from Creative, but if you start looking at your nutrients, most of them have enough calcium and magnesium in them. And then if you're running like tap water too, you're gonna have CalMag in your tap water too. So the extra bottle of CalMag to have if you need extra CalMag, great. But to add it every time like I was finding out I was having all kinds of issues. I
Oh
was
shit.
getting the yellow and the leaf spots. It was like I was using so much, I was getting phosphorus lockout.
So you were just
Now
it was
that
part
I
of
don't,
your normal regiment for feeding.
yeah, I was adding it in like the Athena schedule said to do. But they don't go over like, are you using RO water? Are you using tap water? What kind of water? What's this? What's that? It's a baseline, and you kind of got to figure it out what works for your situation.
Yeah, I just started giving grow, I took it off grow and started giving it bloom today. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna transition into flower.
With Athena, if you're doing quick flips with clones, you never have to give it A and B or veg food proline. You don't have to because their feeding schedule for clones is bloom A and B.
Oh no
So
shit.
if you're doing quick flips, the first feedings bloom A and B, boom, a week later you're flipping into flour, you're feeding flour food. You don't ever use the veg A and B.
I try not to feed my clones before I send them out anything besides the Clonex and the micros. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I just
I
because
just,
it fucks the cubes up. It really it fucking
I
it
just
whitens the cubes.
I just use Clonex solution with the cubes. And then usually for the cups for the first little bit, you know.
Oh yeah.
Cups, if I'm not flipping them, then just depends on what I'm doing. If I'm making moms, then
I've
I'll
been
play
trying
it.
to run it crop like where I just the clones that sit around too long, when it's their time, I just take their tops and and reclone them, and then get rid of the rest. You know what I mean? It's a pain in the ass, and it takes a lot. I mean, honestly, like I've minimized my numbers as much as possible. You know, even though I can't have bigger numbers now. What up, Wild? How you doing, man? But like since I've been doing it like this, like I have to have less moms. Like I have like a one mom of each now, as opposed to you know a bunch of moms. Because most of the clones I'm taking are usually like just me recycling clones. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know if
that's
that's bad, but
I'm just kind of tired of it. It's not a bad thing. I'm just tired of doing it. Like growing a plant just to cut it to regrow.
you know, you
Uh,
feel like a dick, kind of, right? You're like, damn, I nurtured that some bitch, and then now hella good to see you, though, Wild man. What's
well,
up,
when
brother?
you get like the blueberry cookies, I had 12. It's great. It's like, fuck, what do you do? Well, just get another 2x4 tent and fill that fucker up and flip it.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
fuck it.
that's tight. I like that idea. I like that idea. But yeah, I mean, or like I end up like giving away a bunch of them like a couple weeks ago. You know what I mean? I was like, oh
I
fuck,
mean,
I
for
only did it.
me,
I give
I
away a
mean,
bunch.
I get to where I'm feeding the plugs every day, and they still, the bottom leaves, they just, from the bottom up, they start yellowing out. And I'm like, fuck. Because
Are
there's
you doing
so
like
many
one
roots.
cola plants still, like quick runs? So like one or two colas or what?
Not every run I'm not. I mean, if I got a couple plants that are ready to go and shit, they're short enough and they're going to fill the space, then like, I'll run 'em.
Have you tried to do like a four plug? Like each plant's like four colas.
No, I've never. Well,
Dude,
kind of.
I don't know
Kind
how
of.
this is gonna go, but like I'm very satisfied with how fucking easy it was to get all four of those colas to the exact same level on every
I
plant.
think you could do it
It
really
was so
fast.
easy.
Yeah, I think you could do it like, I think realistically you could do it with a 2 week 18-6. Realistically, if you could start out with a clone with with like say 4 nodes at least on it, and you pinch that top right away and get those four to shoot up. Fuck, I think you could do that so quick.
So quick, dude, and they'll all be perfectly level too. I really don't think that like this took me a second to understand, but once they clicked in my head with this one, that the closer you can bring every single one of those coals to the same level and to the top of the plant, the better. Like the faster you can do that. Like if you have something that's lagging, you can try and you can like skim the branch, like you can lollipop it up from the bottom up and take it as far up as you can to the branch and shove it up the middle and hope and pray that it fucking makes it to the top. You know what I mean? But if it doesn't, then it doesn't. Like, and still, even then, I think you and I have talked about this before. Those colas that you had to fucking like do all that shit to, when they become a cola and they're in your, it's coming to the end of your flower run, they're not the Boastus colas. They're not the biggest in
No,
your garden at all by any means, because they come from the lower part of the plant. They struggled to get there. The node spacing was more. It stretched more. That branch had to stretch more to get to the top, and that's the goal of each branch. Once a grower understands that each branch is just trying to get to the fucking top, it's doing everything it can to get to the top of the canopy. And you can do things to help it. And if you just have to make the call, if this branch isn't going to make it, you got to cut that motherfucker.
I
Don't be
mean,
proud. Cut that motherfucker. You
and
already know.
you say you got two or three of them that are like that. Now you got to make the decision. You can go through now and cut the taller ones and go ahead and take clones, but you got to wait. You're gonna have to wait again for everything to come back up before you can flower it. I mean,
What's
you
good,
wouldn't
Buster?
throw it into flower. You got shorties anyway, but I mean, like when I grow a seedling, I know how Boss always said, let it grow up and then strip the bottoms. But I look at it the opposite. Like if I can get those lowers, the very first lowers, pinch the top early enough and get those very two bottom lowers to come up and get my six at at 12 inches tall, then I'm better.
Oh yeah,
I
one
love
hundred
that
percent. And I like the idea of manipulating the plant, like you just said too. It's like there's all these different things you can do. So crop is suggesting slowing down other branches to bring up the ones that are lacking. You know what I mean? Not only that, but another thing I don't think people understand is that's also slowing the energy down of the plant all overall, because your plant's having to put extra effort into making that branch try to reach the top. So, you know what I mean? So
It
the
does.
distribution of the energy to your plant will be supreme when all the tops or the designated tops that you want to become colas are at the same level and
In
flush.
my opinion, though, when you do this, you're gonna. I mean, a lot of people are gonna say it stunts the plant. It does. You're gonna slow the seedling down a lot.
Oh yeah,
So if you're a person that wants to
I
grow a
agree.
seedling out and just flower the seedling, don't do that. But I grow moms to take clones to flower out the clones. So for me, I have nothing but time because those are just growing into moms. You know, like I'm not in a hurry with them. But you can get a nice fucking bush.
Oh
You
yeah,
can
you
get
could
a nice
take your
bush.
time, do your thing with it.
Yep. And you can get shit tons of clones. Every 2 weeks you're taking fucking 10,
Massive,
15 clones,
massive
10,
clones
15.
too.
You know, you get to the point where you're just throwing shit away.
Dude, you're gonna laugh, Prop, but this has never been in our like repertoire. But I'm learning very carefully how to make tiny little clones.
Nope, dude, I'm telling you right
Teeny
now.
tiny
Or
clones. You would
I've,
laugh at some of
I've been
these.
fucking around with it too. Like
Yeah,
have like
you
three,
know
four
why,
inches,
right?
three or
You know
four
why.
inches sticking out of the.
You hold on to it. It's easier to hold on to a clone of that size for a
You
lot
to hold on
longer.
to a clone that small. Yes, it is.
It's so much easier to. It sounds crazy and stupid, but yeah, you know, I've definitely taken like tiny little clones and let them grow for quite a while in cubes, and you get great node spacing in the cubes, bro. I actually don't know why I was stubborn this time, and everything that's in my tent to be flipped to flower was made in the TK, you know, on the turbo clone,
Mhm.
because I insisted on that. But if could rewind time, I would have definitely just used the cubes for this run, and you know, I mean, because fuck, like for a 12-inch plant, I have like literally 12 node stacks, bro. Like, are you kidding me right now? Like,
Yeah.
what's up, Dutch? How you doing, man? I had
Well,
to
I
grab
just
water.
feel like
Give me
I
one
feel
second,
like
Chris.
yeah.
All right, I'm back.
I just feel like most people will cut a clone and they only leave the top like 3 nodes at the top, but they have the stupid long leg already. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you're fucking up if you do that,
And you
right?
already started with a long leg, right? If you're only gonna keep the top 3 nodes, fuck, you only need a 4 inch clone. Like fuck, I mean,
Well, that's the beautiful thing about taking
if
a
your
cut
nodes,
to make it
if
to a
you
clone, right? Is we have the ability to make, you know,
yeah,
a short clone and pick what nodes we save to be the start of that plant.
and
You
to
know what I
make
mean? It's awesome.
every one of the clones that you take the same size, no matter what strain it is.
I agree. Yep, all the same size. I mean, this round, I'm doing 4 blue and 4 queen or 5 queen, so I'm doing a 9 block. It's gonna be hard to water, but
Yeah, you can clone a single node if you really wanted to. Mm, I'm
you
not
could,
gonna
man.
lie. I'm not
You
gonna
could.
lie. This cloning gel I find works better than Clonex gel.
Oh, you're using the Athena also?
No, I'm using the Ventana Plant Science
Oh shit.
cloning
Okay.
gel.
Okay. Okay. I've been using the
Yeah,
Athena stuff. I'm almost out of it. So
it's got double the IBA in it than Clonex, which is the root hormone.
yeah, I'm almost out of the Athena stuff. The cuts. which has worked pretty good. Yeah, so you know the dilemma I found in trying to make these tiny little clones, it's very tedious work. So if you're going to if you're going in the cubes, you know, uh you gotta like really be careful as you're shoving the stem into the thing because I was taught not to like use the hole for the cube. So like you go to the side of it and you know, so as you're putting like if it doesn't have a strong stem, if it's like, you know, if it doesn't have some strength to it, you'll break it. You'll just break the cone.
You'll fold it right in half.
Yep. You got to be extremely careful.
Like before I had the trays that hold the cubes, if I just were using cubes in a big tray, what I would do is I would flip the cubes upside down. So that way, you know, the point was up, and then I would stick the cone in that way. That way they can just stand up in the normal tray.
Oh, that's smart. I like that.
You got yourself like a little foot.
You know what I've been doing? Like, because I don't want to do a tray of clones, right? Like, I just want to do a couple. Say you just want to do a couple clones. I just took one of those trays. This is Lupos' idea, actually. And I cut out like a 10-pack off of the side, right? And then, you know, you could do however many you want in there. And I basically, like, since I've been doing it like this, the cubes have been way easier. Because, like I said, I don't need to make a lot of clones at once. You know, like, I just make a couple or whatever. So you know, 1 to 10 clones in this situation, not too bad. And I just take 2 big Ziploc bags, right? So you prep it the way you normally would. The only difference is you're putting Ziploc bags over it and you're just like leaving it. Dude, I literally have done this like 3 times where I did that and just, you know, left the clones in there for about 7 days and came back to it and I had roots. And I wouldn't suggest doing that and not checking it. You know, I just was busy, but maybe I got lucky both times, but yeah, both times, man, I was able to get nice pearly white roots. I didn't even check them until I noticed I had roots after 7 days. Might have had roots before that.
Yeah, I just been all my extra clones I've been leaving in cups of water, just stick them by the window.
Not one time have I rooted a clone in water, brother.
They're all rooting up.
What's good, Lost? How you doing, brother? Into the cube before I soak them. Works for me. Yeah, that way you could just put it right in. That's a good idea. I also I thought about what was this? Where did I leave that at? Oh, you charged it. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, I'll give it back to you in a minute. Yeah. I'm still there. Appreciate it. My other phone's charged. Thing is broken. But it's not broken, it just doesn't charge good.
I got an order of 15 clones, so
dude, hell yeah.
To get rid of a bunch. Not the same money, but
spring is upon us. Summer is almost here. Dude, that's fine. Someone's gonna be extremely happy. I like making clones, man. I know you all.
I love making clones.
It's crazy, like taking a branch and making something, man. It makes you feel accomplished, right? You know.
I love clones so much it irritates me that other people don't.
Dude, you were one of the people that were on my ass about it. You're like, happy, just do clones. Just do clones. Just do clones. Like telling me over and over again until I just did it.
And you're like, oh shit, that is pretty easy.
Yeah, I think I like to make things more difficult in my head than until I actually do them. And then I'm like, oh shit, okay. That was pretty fucking easy. And I honestly just use the same like method, techniques, and shit that y'all told me. Like the same way when I used the TK, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, holding clones is a difficult one. I got angry, bro. Like I honestly, you can ask. I got fucking pissed. I got to the point to where I was like, okay, I assumed like the way things were going, like I wouldn't have that many clones that I was giving away a bunch, like but I for some reason ended up with like a bunch of them. Like I misjudged things, and then like I fucking it sucked, dude, because I didn't want to throw them away. I didn't want to just trash them. Everybody I knew had grows going. I was like, fuck, bro. Until I came up with the conclusion, I think one of you guys even said it. Well, you could just snip the tops and replant it. It brought me back to peace with things. But I was pissed.
Bro, it's so frustrating. Like, people don't understand the value of, like, I know people that understand the value of clones, but the people that really understand the value of clones and would buy clones every single run just so they didn't have to veg don't live in the United States. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
people
they're
that
not like
that live in the UK, like Uncle Dunk, like right now, like if he could buy clones every round and never have to veg, just do quick flips, he would. You know,
oh
like
yeah,
there's
big
people
time.
that, I mean, could you imagine just being able to, just get some plants in, throw them into a bigger pot, and fucking flower, never even have to fuck with veg.
Not have to wait at all. Turn and burn. Or
Just do
short
it in
wait.
the closet. You could do that in a closet.
Oh yeah, huh?
I don't know. I just don't.
You can't do
I thought the value of clones was better. Or maybe it's just the people that I know don't understand the clones. I don't know.
I think there's different. Like, yeah, I don't think people get the value of clones because okay, so here's the thing about a clone. It's a replica of what you got it from. You know what I mean? It's a replica. It's a clone. So you're likely to get very similar results from that plant. It's going to be that strain, guaranteed.
but you
Unless it's
just gotta
growing, you know.
you
Then
gotta
you
just
plant
look
that.
at the person, you know. If you know the person well enough, you know whether they're a shit bag or they're a good person. Then you know the clone's gonna probably be good, you know, because realistically, who's keeping clones of shitty phenols? You know what I mean? Like that doesn't make any sense. So I mean, if somebody found the good pheno of whatever pack of seeds they had, you know, like they already did the work for you.
Yep, they
You
already
know,
searched it.
they, you know, it's not going to be a herb. You know, it's a good pheno. You know, like it's mature enough to flower right now. I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. People would rather spend, $100, $200 on packs of seeds. It's like,
And start fresh.
you're starting at square one. Yeah.
Brother, I haven't popped seeds for a minute, man. It's been like 7 or 8 months, bro. I honestly haven't popped seeds in a minute. I just been running off this strain. It's crazy. I mean, I'm popping seeds soon. I'm gonna pop this whole 10 pack of mutants.
Yeah, I got in-house seeds I gotta pop.
I want to pop everything, man.
I just went out of room.
I want to pop like everything. I keep benching stuff. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh, I'm
I
definitely
can
growing
only
that next when I bench
I can
it.
only pop one round of seeds at a time.
Me too.
Because if I'm popping 6 seeds and I gotta, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I gotta run. So people don't understand that, like, why clones cost the money it does. Gotta pop those seeds. I've got to grow all 6 of them out. I've got to, if they're all grown good, I gotta make sure I turn them all into moms, take clones off them, run them all, make sure I find the best pheno of all of it,
Oh, you
and then
forgot to tell
sit
them
there.
that you had to take clones of all those plants. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah,
yeah.
he had to take clones from all those plants, hold the clones. You know what I mean? Trust that those clones would make it, and that they were, get rid of the ones he doesn't like, dude. It is
And
a process.
it's a lot of work to do, even a small little pheno run to find the best pheno out of a
Oh
pack
fuck,
of
you could pop
seeds.
a 10 pack, and that's a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you find the best one, you keep the best, and then guess what? You can pop a 10 pack of seeds and you can do all that work to find one, or you can pay the money and already did all the work. some people are like, oh man, clones should be super cheap. It's like, yes and no. I think you have levels to it, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, if there's a strain that's desirable, but like like, I mean, I think that's why the queen like thumps pretty hard is because it's a shit. It's like one of those strains where everybody's like, oh, it herms out, right? So if you find like a keeper pheno that's verified, it
yeah,
it becomes something else.
I think there's just different price ranges. Some people that, like for me, if I don't really like it all that much, 100, 200, maybe at the most on the most expensive side, right? It's not worth that much to me. I don't expect nobody else to pay a lot for it, but they might like it.
Yeah.
So, you know, but I don't know.
Oh, the wolf. See, I was gonna plant the wolf next, and then Loop came over with these mutants, the Trico Jordan 23 variant.
I can't say it.
Are you talking about the secret strain?
Yeah.
I'm gonna run it eventually. Are you gonna run it?
Yeah, when Dougie sends it to me.
Well, we can send it to you.
You guys want to do it? I mean, I'll run that. If I get that soon enough, I'll run that instead of the in-house.
I think that he wanted all you guys to have it. He did when I was talking to him the other day. He's like, I'm gonna send it out to everybody. I was like, what? Oh shit, I didn't know that because we sent him 2 packs. You know what I mean? I was like, well, fuck it. So like, well, I think we're gonna send Flyby some. We'll send you some, and I think there was another person. I think Star might get some. We're sending Star some packs. Oh, I know the other person. I'm not gonna say who it is. You could probably figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that, man. Lupus's gear has been really good, man. I appreciate the shit out of that guy. You know, like
I feel bad that I killed the fucking Detroit muscle that I had.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. I did too, brother. I did too. I dusted it.
I mean, I killed it from the seed, though.
I feel like I should have more of those seeds around somewhere.
I feel like Flyby should have more of them because I think he won a couple packs too, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He got multiple. I still owe him a prize. He's a good sport. I think after I flipped out on that one dude, everybody's probably like, fuck that. I'm not going to tell him I didn't get my seeds.
Well, there's a difference between it. Like, here's the easiest way to do that. Like, you can't, if you're supposed to get seeds from somebody, you leave them a message and you just say something like, hey, bro, what's up? Just a heads up. If you sent them seeds, I still never received them in the mail. I know the mail service is screwy and shit.
Homie just went straight to dickhead mode.
Just giving you a heads up, you know, like, because if somebody did send them, they would like to know that, hey, the people didn't get them or they did get them or, you know.
Yeah, I just recently found out that folks like Starhound didn't get his. I was like, what the fuck? And I know that there was a buddy that I haven't seen him from around for a minute. He's probably like, fuck that guy. He didn't give me my seeds. But he was at like a restream of like some old Growboss shit. And I was like, can anybody tell me what I fucked up and did wrong? And he was like, yo, you went from your outside garden right into your inside garden. I was like, you eat a pack. And I know I didn't send that guy's pack. You know what I mean? I feel bad. I don't know how to get a hold of him. I think it's on Discord or some shit. I can't remember. I can't remember who it was. His name started with a J. It was somebody who used to be around a lot too. He was around a lot, but he's probably like, you know what? I don't blame you either. So that's why I'm like, yo, if you're out there and you didn't get your pack, like I know there's like 6 people I didn't. I think there is, or 4 or 5 people out of like the 30 something packs or whatever we sent out though. But yeah, I know that I sent Nuggy or Loop sent Nuggy his, so there's one off the list. And Star's supposed to be hitting me up so we can square him up. But yeah, dude, I felt bad. I was like, shit. Because like I said, I flipped out on that guy. I fucking made it public. That pissed me off. I was not in a good mood about that.
Well, in my early YouTube days, I made the mistake of being a dick like that. Somebody, I won a giveaway, and then it was like 2 months later, I still hadn't heard nothing.
That's fair though. That's why I think we're at 2 months later. That's why I'm like, fuck, I feel like a dick.
You know what? Just keep your shit. You say you're gonna do a giveaway, give shit. Yeah, I was a dick. You know, I'm pretty sure I ended up apologizing later, but that was a dick move. Look,
Yeah,
if you win a
that is
giveaway,
that's cool.
you don't end up getting. It is what it is. You're not out nothing. Just there's nice ways to go about it.
Nothing like good Chinese food.
Oh, agreed. I love Chinese food.
I had Sichuan chicken tonight.
Oh,
Sichuan,
I love cashew chicken.
dude, hell yeah.
Fucking wontons.
Fucking crab cakes and egg rolls and shit.
Right, yeah, crab ragoons or whatever.
Get your little spring roll on. Put some soy sauce and sriracha on that shit. Chinese food. Dude, have you ever had abalone?
It's
Because
all right.
you were on the west,
Oh,
right? So you probably have it. Like, you have had it. Yeah.
It's all right.
It depends on how it's prepared, right?
Yeah, I mean, and how fresh it is.
Yeah, you don't want no chewy abalone.
Oh, oh god, no.
So dude, if it's prepared right though.
Just like it's just like squid and stuff. And cooked right, that shit is good.
The conch shells are fucking cool looking too, man.
Yeah,
They're really cool looking. They're up and down the northern. Yeah, you already know, like Northern California. They just chill on the cliffside and shit.
yep.
Abalone.
Yeah, Newport ain't got much of a cliff. They got that one little section as you're going into
Yep,
town.
Devil's Turn.
Right there by the casino. Right outside the casino.
The Devil's Turn or whatever. And then there's a little flat where it's like maybe like 70 or 80 feet. But if you ever been to like Northern Cal, like Lost Coast area or Eureka, yeah. Dude, it's fucking cool looking, man. The redwoods are sick.
The redwoods is the best.
Yeah, dude. If anybody's if you're not
there.
from the West Coast and you come out here and you're in like North Cal, dude, check out the redwoods. It's where some Star Wars footage was filmed. You'll recognize it.
I mean, you hear about the redwoods and being big trees, but they're not big trees. They're beyond big trees.
There's like a tunnel you can drive through that bitch.
There was one. There used to be a restaurant. Yeah.
Oh, a tree straw, a tree restaurant. Dude, there's conspiracy theories that some of the mountains were giant trees that got cut down.
Well, it kind of makes you think, like, man, did there used to be giant people? Why would there need to be such giant trees?
Huge trees. You know, the only other place in the world, as far as I know, I don't know if this is factual anymore because fucking can't trust Google, right? But I think the only other place in the world where there's trees like that, the redwoods, is Japan, which is like
I forget what they're called. I know what you're talking about.
Fucking giant trees, dude.
They just tower into the sky, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. They're like, I mean, because we have a lot of forest here in Oregon, dude, but nothing. I mean, we have a lot of old growth too.
I can tell you, moving from the West Coast to the Midwest, like I even lived in Alaska for a little while. Like, you don't understand the size of trees until you're in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh yeah, dude.
So much bigger on the West Coast than they are anywhere that I've been. Like even here, we got a lot of hardwoods, but
our pine is crazy out here.
Like maybe 10 inches across. Like that's nothing. These aren't trees. Like you want trees, you go to the evergreens. I mean, they're fucked. The Douglas firs and shit, they're huge.
Big old fucking trees.
They're not like redwoods, but they're actually trees compared to like around here. It's just I use my 16-inch bar chainsaw to cut the trees down around here. Like,
you're not having to pitch it and wedge it or anything.
Oh no.
Yeah, dude, I used to fucks with that show. You remember that show back in the day called Axeman or whatever? Yep. Yeah, dude, that was a lot of it was here in Oregon.
Rygar used to be in Washington, close to where I live.
Yeah, dude, Rygar was bad. I loved watching that show, like the old school. I might rewatch that actually.
When they used to be on the Olympic Peninsula, it was real close to where I live.
Oh no shit! Hell yeah.
Yeah, where they do the mountain ones.
Yeah, that show was cool. They made it like they were competing or whatever. It was kind of neat.
Oh, it's sad. He ended up getting in a car wreck and dying. I'm sad.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah, the owner of Rygar. Gabe.
Fuck. There was Pappy, Rygar. Dude, there was some boys from like my city that were in that shit.
Yeah,
All that
they were
stuff.
Gabe and Rygar. They were all right down where I was.
Dude, I saw one of the funniest things the other day on YouTube. It was like from a pretty big channel, but they were talking about my city and saying my city was one of the most racist places in the country. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, bro? This is like one of the most liberalist cities in the fucking world. Like, are you fucking for real?"
Maybe at one time, but not in the last fucking 20, 30 years. Not your area.
Yeah, no way, right? I feel like, dude, it's pointed out too. Like, if you look at somebody funny, like you know what I mean? Like,
I
it's
used to
different.
like that area. I don't know how it is anymore.
Dude, our biking system, like if you like to ride bikes at all, like Creative would love it around here, bro. I don't know as far. Oh well, yeah, he would like the extreme trails too. They're more like woody. Our trails are up in the buttes and shit. Like we have off-road
You'd like
trails that
it
be like,
going through the big trees and shit. Yeah.
oh, bro, you might dig it out here. Yeah, we got some sick ass trails. We actually were rated one of the best in the country for like our bike pass, and our bike trails.
I miss the West Coast a lot. I love being able to go to Mount St. Helens and fucking,
Dude, it's been like nice weather out here, bro. Like we have summers now with no rain. It's so weird, bro. Like it's not like how it used to be where it's like just wet all the time. Like fucking just raining, floody all the time. It's different. It's like real dry kind of like we still get rain. It's the Pacific, it's the Northwest or whatever, but
yeah.
it's just not how it used to be. I like the area too because I'm like 40 minutes from the coast, dude. If I want to jam out to the coast or go to, and there's lakes everywhere.
That's what we miss the most is being able to just drive to the beach.
Oh, brother, it's so close. Like, or Crater Lake, you've been there, I'm sure. That shit's fucking beautiful.
We used to go camping there.
We're talking about a lake that's like in the middle, in a volcano, bro. It's in the, you know what I mean?
It's awesome.
So sick. The hot springs. Oregon's fun, man. Oregon's tight. I've like thought about moving out of Oregon, but
the old lady and I were talking about if we were to move back to the West Coast, it would probably be Oregon.
Dude, hell yeah. Like Central Oregon.
Yeah, probably.
Yep.
Maybe Southern Oregon. It's a little warmer.
Southern, like there's certain parts that are really good, you know what I mean? But even like some shit's been overran, bro. It's like it's highly densely populated around here now. You have a lot of like newcomers to this area.
I know when I was moving out of Washington, there was a lot of people coming up from California.
Big time. Dude, another cool thing about the West Coast too is we get a lot of performance here. So if you like to go to concerts and shit like that, or like,
the amphitheater too.
Oh, the amphitheater is sick, bro. People don't even know that shit's so fun to watch a concert like that outside.
Go out there at the gorge.
Yeah, the gorge is sick. I've been to like some sick ass fucking parties out on the water in the gorge, bro. Yacht parties and shit. Sick ass fun, dude. When I was a kid, a teenager, we used to rage it out there.
Grand Coulee Dam. Grand Coulee Dam's cool. You go there at night. And they used to do a laser light show.
Oh shit!
They'd let water down over the side of the dam, so it was all white, because it's coming down so fast. And then they'd do the laser lights on the fucking water, and they would do the whole story of
stellar.
They'd do the whole story of the Columbia River.
Oh, the gorge.
Yeah,
about the Giants. That's a cool story about the Giants and the dude's fought for. I think it's like some dude's fought over some chick and fucking made the mountain range or whatever. I don't know. That's what you're talking about.
Believe it or not, I mean, it's not. I mean, I don't know. Could be. Could be true.
There's like it's like a Native American story, dude. Do you know what's crazy is the Willamette, which is like the Willamette Valley, is the valley that goes up through Oregon. Like all the way to the gorge.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's called the Willamette, but I think in Native term that means like the Valley of Death or the River of Death. It's not a good name. Yeah, it's like something bad.
I remember along there. I remember there was a little island rock, and there was like a burial out through that area.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so it wouldn't surprise me. A lot of natives. I was big time native. all through that area. Well, you know that the whole West Coast.
You know what I think is okay? So if Native Americans like long ago named this the Valley of Death, or like like the Valley of, I think that's what it literally translates to, is the Valley of Death. And there's also a river named after it, which is a unique river because it's the only river in our area that flows the opposite direction. There's a Willamette River too, right? So if the Native Americans named the river the Valley of Death and the valley the Valley of Death, could there have been some sort of flooding occurrence that like fucked that whole area up? You know what I mean? I don't know.
That or I was thinking of it like on a different level. Like they named it that because that was the native hunting grounds.
Oh yeah,
That's
dude,
where they did it. That's where they did all
I
their
like that.
killing. You know, because that valley area would be perfect for animals and everything. You know, between the fish and the deer and just everything.
Oh, bro, it's crazy. We get deer, and I mean, I'm down in the valley, right? We get bear, deer, cougars down here
Yeah,
all the time. All
yeah,
the time.
that's what I'm saying. So I could see it being that as like a hunting ground, the Valley of the Death, because
Yeah, that
that's
makes
where
a lot
they
of
do all
sense.
the killing.
Like plentiful.
We always
Yeah.
think of things on a different level, and I try to flip it sometimes. You know, like we think like, oh shit, is that where they took everybody to kill them? It's like,
Right.
no,
Or did
maybe
something
that's just
tragic happen here? You know,
right,
like
right. Yeah, you're thinking of a flooding and everybody got killed off.
yeah, my brain was like trying to take an educated guess, thinking like if they named the river and the valley the same thing, maybe something tragic happened, you know. But that is very astute. Like it could just mean that they were fucking getting their hunt on,
You
getting
know,
their food on.
the Valley of the Death and then the River of the Death. You know, they probably got a lot of food from both areas.
Bro, the Willamette has sturgeon, like some of the biggest sturgeon around here.
Dude, they had to
Yeah.
set limits on them tickets.
Yep, they did too. The only way to actually, I think the only way to legitimately like whatever fish for a sturgeon, you have to book out of it. You have to like actually pay a tour
I think you have to
with your
do,
tag.
yeah, a guided tour now.
Yep, you have to guide a tour, and that's the only way to fill your sturgeon tag. I could be wrong, but that's how it used to be at least.
You used to be able to get up to like, I think 70 inches. Everything over 70 inches, you have to throw back. And
Oh,
it's like,
sturgeon are huge here, dude. They are
it's
sharks.
like, do you realize how big 70 inches is? Like, fucking.
Yep, and that's dude. It's probably hard to find them too. Up McKinsey, you can feed the sturgeon. They have like like a little lake, man-made lake or pond or
And
whatever.
there's some areas that people think that there's like different monsters in their riverways and shit, and it's just huge giant sturgeon,
Yeah.
because the way
Oh,
they
they get
look
big,
prehistoric. And when you get a 7, 8 foot sturgeon cruising across the water, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is that?
bro.
You're
That
gonna,
exact same thing happened actually. There's a place called Bedrock out towards Little Fall Creek. I don't know if you're too familiar. I don't know. Anyways, it's kind of out towards the sticks here and out towards a
yeah,
couple different lakes. There's some campgrounds out there and shit, and specifically the Bedrock campground. There's a little part of that creek where it gets deep, like real deep, you know, and there's been like sightings of a giant fish there for like decades, right? Like
yeah,
just
it's probably
it,
a white sturgeon.
that got stuck. Yep, he can't go back up. He got stuck there. He can't, or he just decided
It
he's not
flooded.
going to try,
It flooded one time, and
and he's stuck.
he
Yep, and
got
he just
stuck
chills
over
in
there.
one little spot in this little fishing hole. You know what I mean? It's fucking funny.
He's probably the king of the fucking hole. No fighting from anybody else. He's gonna get huge.
Yeah, he could just eat a person if he wanted to. Hmm. No, I don't think that they would though. But yeah, you hear shit about catfish. Have you ever watched that monster show on Discovery Channel with the fucking big ass catfish that eats motherfuckers? I can't remember what it's called.
Uh,
Yeah, there's like
with the
somewhere.
poles, catfish.
Yeah,
I seen that, and I was like, "Fuck that! I ain't ever going noodling."
yeah,
But
I know, right? Why I couldn't do that. Respect to a motherfucker like that can, but I ain't doing it.
I said badass to the people who do.
Yeah, I just can't do it.
I'll sit up on the shore and roll joints. Let me know when you need it. I can join you.
I'll try not to catch you with my hook because I'm fishing normally. Well, you're in the water. Dude, I remember
No, I'll sit on the bank and laugh at fucking channel 2 on YouTube while you noodle and I'll roll joints. I don't give a shit.
dude, Lupos has been steelhead fishing a bunch, loving it. I'm trying to tell him, like, yeah, dude, steelhead are fire, right?
Yeah, I like steelhead fishing. They fight too.
Yeah, that's the best fight I've ever had, man.
Yeah.
For fishing, it's the best fight I ever had. Like, I remember the first time I went, my buddy I was like, like thinking, oh, this is just gonna be normal fishing. He's like, dude, you have no clue what you're in for. And he put me on a trout pole, fucking asshole. He put me on he put me on a trout pole, and I got into one, and dude, and it was bank fishing too. So I'm like, coming down. Everybody has to pull their lines.
Yeah, the last one I did, fucking running down the fucking river.
It's so badass, dude. Dude, it's funny too because my buddy's trying to net him. I finally, after the fight of my life, like he finally gets up to bank, and my buddy's dad's there with my buddy or whatever, and my buddy's dad's yelling at my dude. My dude, he's like, net that fucking fish for him. What are you doing? And my buddy looks down and nets a fucking lake trout just swims by. So he nets the lake trout, right? And pulls it up and smiles, and I'm still fighting the fish.
What are you doing?
He just fucking pulled like some lunker that was like fucking slowly swimming by, like, don't mind me. Thought it was the fish.
Some people don't realize that they've never fished like that because, like, some places you go fishing, you go, like, places in Washington and Oregon, you go to the rivers to go fishing. You look in the river and there's nothing but fish.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's tranquil. You look down. I love the sight of fish.
Like, holy shit! Like you can almost walk across. I remember being a kid. You could almost probably walk across the rivers on the back of the fish. So many fish coming up from the salmon runs and shit.
Oh, the salmon runs are crazy. Steelhead go back and forth too. They don't spawn out so quickly.
Nope.
So they go back and forth. They turn into monster fish. And then we plenish, we like to stock our rivers too with like rainbow trout and shit like that. But there's also, if you know where to go, there's like natural habitat trout too. Like brook trout are beautiful, dude. My dad would take me to places when I was a kid. We'd go gold panning and shit, and I'd bring my fishing pole with me and, some joints and shit and go sneak off. Get stoned and go fishing.
Nice brown trout are really nice looking. The different browns and coppers. I mean,
we have a local one called brook trout. Brook trout are shiny. They're like shiny brown trout, dude. They're so fucking cool looking.
Brook trout and the cutthroat. Some of those are pretty cool looking.
Cutthroats, yep. I haven't been fishing in a while, man. I miss it.
I know. I want to go fishing. I got the fucking rivers like 2 minutes down the road.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, I'm itching for steelhead fishing though, because the fight is so, like you said, it's so fucking fun, dude.
The fishing license here, dude, is insane. It's only $12.
Oh, lucky. I bought my dad the sports pack for Christmas last year, and it was like $278.
It got expensive in Washington. I remember, last time I got one, it was like $65 because you had to have this, and then you had to have the park pass to be able to fucking just go to parks just to go fishing for the day passes, and you get like, fuck, man.
Oh yeah, I get taxed. Dude, when I was sport fishing, I was spending a lot of money on that shit and buying new rigs and dude.
Also, I hated that in Washington when they made it like all the parks in Washington. You had to buy you could buy a yearly pass, or you had to buy at least a $10 daily pass just to park in the park.
Oh yeah, they want their local tax.
You're already paying tax. Your tax dollars is already going to that. Yeah, I just thought it was ridiculous.
Tax for your license, tax for your tags, tax for.
Of course, we did it because where we lived, we could go right onto the Olympic Peninsula, right on the beach, and get oysters, get fucking clams, do all that shit. So we would just buy the yearly pass, but it was like, you motherfuckers.
Dude, we have some decent crab here too, man.
Yeah, crabbing, shrimping.
Dude, I just go up to Moe's in Florence and throw it right off the dock. I don't even give a shit. Light a joint up.
We could go down to the beach and watch the orcas and shit. We'd come into the bay and swim.
Dude, the seals go nuts here too. For the last couple of years, every time I go to the coast, I always go to this beach that's like kind of south of Florence, and it's like a little hike in. You know what I mean? But real secluded. And every time I get there, dude, it's like the beach is full of fucking sea lions, dude, all the way up it, just fucking saturated, like hundreds, maybe thousands. It's fucking badass, dude. Big old fuckers too. I just chill and smoke a bowl or two.
I always forget that he goes live on Thursday nights.
Who? Oh, Schwebbles.
Yeah.
He's leaning into that Schwaze thing, man. It's only a matter of time before a bunch of people herm their shit and get pissed. I've decided, I'm like, you know what? If motherfuckers are dumb enough to pull every leaf off their plant, dude, bless them. Well, bless you. Bless their hearts.
If pulling all your leaves off and doing all that, at the end of the day, when you harvest, if you're happy and you can look at true numbers and you're happy with what you did, then
I like the way you emphasize true numbers on that.
Yeah. Well, we know how that goes.
Yeah, true to yourself. Yeah.
Well, it's the internet. Once I find out you're lying to me once, it's hard to come back from that.
Yep, it's hard to reverse that one, huh? That shit's funny. I just feel like the science backs the other direction. Like if you want to get sciencey on it, on any method that you could like die on that hill of, you choose that one. You could have went with the pH pen; it would have been more stable. Just saying.
Yeah, but the pH pen thing is like you're in soil, so that doesn't even.
Right, but at least like my whole thing is like if you're to the point in a grow where you're blaming like something like a pH pin, like you're already beyond, your plants are beyond dead, brother. Like clearly you did something wrong with the training, the upbringing, or something.
Well, not only that, but you're already not a good enough grower because of the fact that you don't understand that you do have to check your equipment every once in a while. So you're not even past that stage yet. You're not past the stage yet. Every once in a while, you got to calibrate your pin.
I've gave him the credit of that too, like with the whole pin thing. Like, because for me, I honestly don't test the water. I test the water for a TK run. Like I really do. I only test it once, so oops. Like, but I don't test my water that I water my plants with because I know it's going to be a nice fresh 5.8 to 6 or right around where I want it to be.
Once you tested it enough times, you know what it's going to be. That's how you know you need to calibrate your fucking pin. If you go in there and you're like, something just doesn't seem right, and you happen to check your water and it's way off, or you're like, it's usually because your pin's fucked up. It ain't whatever you did, it's your pin's probably needs to be calibrated. Like, you shouldn't go in there and be like, well, when I normally do this, my number is a lot lower than this, and go, fuck it, and run it. No, you shouldn't do that. You should be like, maybe my pH pin's off.
I'm surprised a motherfucker like that isn't more concerned about like their, like how much food they're putting in their plant, testing the PP, like other shit, seeing if they're making their food too strong. What's your
well, if you ain't got no leaves, how much food do you feed it? I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, you're unstabilizing your plant.
I mean,
he's been running the same strain, I think. To be fair, it looks like he's running the same strain. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I think he's running the DSP strain. That fucking.
But there will be an unstable strain that happens and that won't work out, sadly. And unfortunately, everything that's in flower in that room will probably be cashed the fuck out.
Well, it's just little buds. I can show you a couple of jars of what I call B buds, and that's what they're getting for their A buds. And some of my B buds are still bigger than their A buds.
Yeah, I guarantee they are. Well, that guy's a chronic over-vegger. Part of his technique is over-vegging. I don't know if you noticed. You probably have definitely noticed that. You can see it because he always has big, long, stretchy things in the back. You know, along the little back wall and shit. There's always these taller kind of.
I think if you even look, if you veg for, say you veg for 3 weeks, only 3 weeks, but you're the guy that does the Schwaze tech and strips all the leaves off, you over veg. Because
Yeah.
what's the
Oh, yeah.
point of growing all those leaves if you're just going to strip them all off?
Well, yeah, because the plant has nowhere to go, so you might as well have done that like before you over-vegged.
You might as well just grow smaller plants and use
Right.
the light that you have to penetrate what it can penetrate.
Drop. You know, one of the dumbest things that he says, and there's a lot of dumb things that he says, and I'm not trying to super bag, but I want to see the light hit the ground. We were raised different,
No.
right? Like we were.
The light hitting the ground, then it's
Is the
wasting
dumbest
light
thing that guy says.
because you want such a full canopy in there that the light can't hit the ground because you're so full.
Exactly. And then yeah, I mean the whole big thing with like the excuse for the technique of if you want to call it that, or the blunder of schwazing is to open up the bud sites, right? They're trying to expose light to the bud sites. Why, I ask though? Why are you trying to expose light to the bud sites? Are you assuming that the bud sites need that flower needs light to grow? That the actual
No,
bud needs light to grow? Because if you do, you're misunderstanding everything about how the plant grows.
the bud that's growing there needed that leaf that you stripped off that was attached to that bud. That was the life support for that bud.
That's the source of energy for the bud.
The bud doesn't breathe. The leaf does.
That's what I was trying to say about the sink and the source shit that aquatic dummy brought up. You know what I mean? That I posted is that there's a sink and a source. Like if a leaf is smaller as it's growing, it's a sink. You know what I mean? When it becomes a fan leaf, it's a source. That doesn't mean pull off your sinks. Don't pull off the leaves. But they are consuming energy of the plant until they become big. So let them grow. If you have leaves that are just staying small and aren't growing, like tiny leaves on the bottom as you're like lollipopping, you could probably take those, right? Because that will happen. You'll have some undergrowth shit that's just not growing up big because it doesn't get any exposure,
Well,
at all.
it's so simple, right? Because you set your light where you want it to be, right? Over your canopy. Step back. Take a picture. You will see in the picture, you will see where the light stops.
Yep.
And that will give you an idea. Like, oh shit, if I keep vegging and this thing doubles, I'm going to have 3 foot of leg. Like, it gives you an idea of what you need to do. And
That's
if
a
it's
very
a
good tip on
smaller
how to find
plant,
your footprint of the depth of your canopy. And
exactly.
and no sideline. Okay, so the sidelining thing, it can't be effective for the center of the canopy. Only the outskirts of the canopy. You know what I mean? Like central underlighting, maybe. I don't know.
And again, the sidelining, for the energy it's going to take to run the sidelining, are you going to get that back in product?
Exactly. You
If
could
you're
put that
not, then
power
it's
on the
not
top.
worth it. You know?
Right. Because everything that's the best part of the plant is the apicals, right? Everything that's like shining on the top, the very top tippity tops.
Well, if you veg and flower in the same spot, the best way to get more yield is to get more harvest per year. How do you do that? The only way you do that is by cutting your veg time. That means you're going to have more smaller plants.
Brilliant.
I mean, because if you got like just a dedicated flower spot, you're gonna and you know flip every 2 months. You're flipping. I mean, you can only get so many, but you can still over veg before you need to put plants into that flower. Carl, I mean,
That's not an over veg. That's like dude is
I,
like,
I know Carl's problem. Like I know it because like
bro. I feel like we've
with
been saying it
with
the
the
whole time,
plants with
right?
the plants he has, he veggies them into one room. If he was to actually train those out and keep them short and wide like he should, he wouldn't be able to get it through the door to put it into the flower room.
Right.
They'd be so wide that you could. But that's the thing. That's why I think he should be alternating the rooms.
That's a good idea. I
And
always assumed that his training was just off. You know what I mean? But maybe it's something like that. Maybe he's bringing plants that are just not. They're over vegged already when they get brought in there, and then he has to strip
yeah,
everything 4 feet down. Carl,
well,
if you're having to stand up next to your plant and you look down and everything under 4 feet has to go, brother,
well,
why?
it's not impressive to get big plants in cocoa in 2 months with a clone.
Right.
Clones grow so fast that in 2 months and in cocoa,
I mean, we're not smoking stocks, Carl.
but but those numbers to me are you're into the mom plant range now. You're at the point where you got the size of a plant that you don't want to put it into flower because you already know there's going to be way more legs than there ever be canopy. And so the canopy you do have right now is more valuable to be able to take a bunch of clones off.
You know, I think about that too. Is like because Carl kind of tickled around with this area neck of the woods for a while. PKR too, you know, like just chilled around there. 11-11, make a wish. But no, so you know what I mean. To me, it's kind of interesting that he settled with all of those guys. With those guys,
Because we, we call it out. Like, we're not going to sit there and be like, oh my God, you're the best grower ever. You know, like, again, Carl knows how to grow. Does he utilize his efficiency the way he should? Absolutely not. And I know he knows that. He knows that.
oh, it makes him angry. Did you see him the other day? I can't remember who that was, but somebody, one of a random person in the community, posted something about him, and a huge argument sparked. Oh yeah, you did see it because you were there.
I was in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah.
You saw
He,
that.
he instantly tried to go to me living in a trailer. Like, okay.
But even before that, it was like the defense of the schwas. It's like, brother,
And that's all I said to his thing is, well, it doesn't really work like that. That's all I said. I mean, I didn't even go into a long thing because, again, strip all your leaves. The plant goes, oh shit, I need to grow more leaves because I
it's
need
like, did
those
I just
leaves.
die? Am I dead?
Yeah, I need those leaves to produce energy for the buds. So now I have to stall the bud production and build more leaves.
I wonder if it hurts. Like, really hurts the plant. Like, it physically, the plant feels pain. Maybe I
Well,
can
think
kill
of it.
people into not doing it.
I mean, what would happen if a deer outside came up and ate all the leaves off the plant? I mean, like it's going to be in severe stress.
Yep. Not
And
happy.
you're doing that. These guys are doing that in flower
Intentionally. Oops.
when you're supposed to be in cruise control.
Yeah, dude, like that's when you want to comfort the plant and treat her like a princess and make sure that she's you know like loved and cuddled and
You
coddled
go
and
and pull a leaf off here and there that might be creating a little microclimate. You know, like clean up the inside of the plant. You know, do some lollipopping. But
you select it for the foliation. I've worked for places that like the foliation was very closely paid attention to amongst the like the people that were on the ground, tending plants. And it came to the point to where like there was a meeting where it was like, yo, if you're yanking leaves like that and throwing them on the ground, it's not even just throwing them on the ground. It's just if you're yanking leaves off plants and like leaving evidence that you're doing it, and they find out about it, like there will be no warnings. You're out of there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it sounds stupid, right? But it's like, yo, like, and usually during cycle too, is like, because that was one of the things. Like, homie was like, "We're in flower. Like, stop fucking doing that." Like, I don't know who's doing it. You know?
Stop, we're in cruise control. Stop stressing the plant out.
Yep. Don't stress the plant out,
Oh, no, I got a Hermie. Are
dude.
you
That
fucking
technique is going to
molest?
spawn several herms. Lots of herms are going to happen. Herms will happen. I have
Stop.
not watched Clark's Schwaz technique, and I don't know that it's the same as levels. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
I think I've seen it one time, and it's extreme. I mean,
Hmm.
it's not like every single leaf, but it looks like a bunch of sticks.
It's so weird
And
to me, man.
imagine Carl-sized plants looking like sticks.
It's plant abuse, is what y'all are
Good
doing.
God, that's a whole lot of sticks.
They're like, it grows back, right? It grows back, but you stress the plant out already.
He was getting so mad at me before. It's like, I was trying to get him to explain. He's like, I don't have enough power to flower both rooms. And I'm like, dude, you just alternate the power.
Oh
When
yeah,
this room turns on, this room
12,
turns
12,
off.
12, 12.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, and you
Yeah,
alternate
think
it
outside
every
the
30
box,
days.
Carl.
You
Think
know,
outside the box, buddy.
it's like, but
It's super
whatever.
shit. I want to see him do a run with half of it clarfed and half of it unclarfed. You know? Well, okay, Clarfy. Okay, Clarf. Okay, Clarfy. Why is it that creative can get a run in a similar situation in fucking way less time with way bigger colas? Tell me that. Riddle me that, motherfucker. And his legs are what legs?
What is efficiency? His size of pots, everything. Why does he have a third, a quarter of the size pods, cocoa, but his buds are all way bigger
Way bigger.
and they're
Way
smaller
bigger.
plants. You got bigger plants that should be bigger buds, right?
Oh yeah, like I mean, and when we're talking bigger buds, we're talking like IPL buds. Because if you're
Mhm.
going to grow big plants, let's be real here. Let's be honest to each other. IPL is the king at growing big plants indoors. There has not been a person that grows plants indoors that I've seen online or in person like that motherfucker does. You know what I mean? He shadows Clark. Him and Clark aren't even playing the same game. If there was a
Well,
league, he would be playing Little League, and IPL would be
I'm
playing the
not
majors.
sitting here just trying to totally bash on Carl, but the size I've seen Carl's buds, it would take a lot of those little buds to equal what he claims to be 2 to 3 pounds of plant. It would take a lot.
Right. And they're not cutting out giant portions of plants with big buds. They're just taking the big ass plant and dragging it into the next room. Right? Like just what are you hanging the whole fucking plant, leg and all?
I guess. I don't know. That's just weird. I don't know.
It is weird. I think there's a way more efficient way of doing it, but to each his own. He probably is a god where he's at with the that kind of technique. But I don't know. With the whole I wonder if he's tried other methods though. If he's like assumed that like maybe some of these guys over here like are, you know, all right, because I see him over there and I see him like, cucking out with like grows that he knows are bad and telling him that they're good. For me, that's like, okay, brother, you're telling this guy he's doing a good job.
He
Like,
just wants to have friends and be everybody to stroke his ego. Like I don't see what he does. He can grow plants. I can say that, but I don't see what he does like impressive. Because
that's why to them like it's like a magic trick, right? It's like look over here, and his look over here is like he'll do it about every time. He'll get down by the camera, bring it really low, and show how you can sit into the plants. Like he flexes out weirdly, like it's a cool thing. It's not because that means you have big legs or you're a very
even
small
if
person.
even if he does get, say he does get 2 pounds of plant, right? Well, each plant's under one big like 800-watt light. So, and with CO2, I mean, is that really impressive?
He's running
2 pounds.
CO2 too. Holy fuck! What a waste of money.
So if you're getting 2 to 3, so let's say 2.5 pounds. So do you think 2.5 pounds under a like an 800-watt light with CO2 is that good? No, that's not that good. It's really not that good.
It's just
You should
extra money.
easily be getting 3 pounds, not a problem. You wouldn't be going 2 to 3 pounds. You'd be pulling 3 pounds easily
You'd be
under a light
pulling some
with
IPL
added
plants.
CO2. I mean,
You know what I mean?
right? And then you'd have big old colas.
I mean, tell me, prop. I wonder how hard it is to trim a plant that could, an alleged 2-pound plant full of boof. It might take a while. That must get frustrating. I wonder how long.
Well,
Do you like trimming big buds? Like, if you get a big old bud, it's easy, right?
honestly,
It's easy.
when Carl didn't call out levels for his stupid false weight thing, using the same picture and shit, that told me everything I needed to know about Carl's weights.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Then you know it's just it's schwanky.
It's I mean,
It's schwanky. It's Hillary schwanky. Is what that is.
and again, you know, unfortunately, even if you were pulling 2 to 3 pounds, Carl, I can't believe you because you already lied to me from the beginning about your veg time. We all had to bust your balls until finally you admitted you were vegging the same amount of time as you were flowering.
I think that he took that as a stab when I think he missed the whole point of that because the reason we were all fucking saying that is so you would realize that you didn't have to veg as long.
Right.
But whatever.
That and stop telling newer growers that you're only vegging for like 20 some days.
Yeah, because then they think they're doing something wrong, right?
Right. I mean, you were over nuding your plants and then you turned around and started blaming Athena. Oh, Athena, that stuff just no good. No, it's you.
Yep. And Carl, you told us all we had to run Athena, so we're all running Athena now, bro. And now you quit Athena. What the fuck, bro? What the hell?
I don't
No,
care what he does. He can grow
I'm just
plants.
fucking-
The problem is he's not efficient.
I'm just running whatever's free.
So here, you want to start looking at your efficiency, Carl? You don't have to tell me what your real numbers are. Just back behind the scene at your house, get you a calculator and a notebook, and do the math. Figure out what the electricity's costing you, what you're running versus what you're getting, and what it's costing you to do all that.
How dare you go against Carl's 10th grade math, bro? That's fucked up.
Look at shit, and you're gonna go, ooh.
I'm just okay. I'm being an ass. I'm fucking around.
You can,
but no,
cut serious corners and be super efficient. You know, because I think at one point, I think he said it was it 1,200 or 1,400 a month per power.
Fuck's sake, bro! You could. That's not very efficient. I feel like you're getting like 0.02 grams per watt. You're getting crushed by levels over there, bro. You better take your fucking throne back and your crown. Get some dignity. Get that 2.5 grams per watt going on. Dude, I wish that there would have been an interaction of Grobos and Carl before Grobos.
Fucking Carl ran. He never showed up.
Well, okay, on the second one, like, and Carl brags about it. He's like, he was nice to me. Dabba dabba da. I'm like,
oh, he was nice to everybody at the end.
I'm like, he was dealing with levels that day, bro. It wasn't a Carl day. Because the moment Carl would have got up there and talked about the schwas, it would have been probably one of the best episodes we've seen in a while. It would have been great.
Oh, Grobos in his prime, he would have fucking he would have laughed his ass off. Carl sitting under his plant.
His face. Right. He would have been like, because Carl doesn't see what's wrong with him sitting underneath this plant. And like I said, I could be like just being a dick, and Carl could be a little person. He might be very short, like 2'5". And I'm just fucking, he might not have these long legs that I think he has. You know? I'm not discriminating against little people, Carl. Like, my bad, dog. Like, you sit under those plants proudly. I get it now. But if that's not the case, bro, then you got like 4-foot legs, bro. That's kind of crazy, in my opinion.
You know, the point of the whole thing is you're not training your plant early enough. Like, you can literally train, even if you train your grow them for 2 months. But you gotta seriously do aggressive training And that's why I say I don't think you'll get them through the door if you were to train them like I would train them.
Oh yeah, it
If
wouldn't
I
be an
so
issue.
you
Do some
you
crop
wouldn't
training.
really get through the door. I
He
mean,
could attend the school of crop and learn how to. Okay, I don't know. I was looking at some of the plants they were showing on PKR a while back from him crop, and I noticed some of. I don't think he gets some of the training because I noticed that on the lower part of his branch he had potential colas, that were low that he had going straight out left and right instead of shoving them up the middle and trying to angle them to the light. You know what I mean? So when
well,
I
and
saw that, I
that's
was like, oh, he just doesn't get it. He just
I
doesn't get
remember
it.
when he took his veg plants and took them into flower, and then decided to bend them all out, and you end up with that huge glory hole in the middle. So
Yeah, like why would you do that?
imagine the glory hole he gets in the center of his plants. I
Oh, it's
mean,
disgusting. It's it's an Arby's hole. Yeah, it's bad. A big old sloppy one. But no, if you like some of those lower branches, he could have brought them up early, like you said, when they were in the other
absolutely.
room, and he up the middle of them, strip the branch. Like you're gonna strip it anyways. Might as well fucking do it early, bruh. And I mean, that's the thing. It's not even the schwaz with his plants. It's the under training with it. And one could probably be like, argue, oh, well, he has a lot of space to cover. He's got a lot of free time. It's his full time
I
thing. So,
know,
like,
I
you
know.
know,
It's like I bust his balls, but then I gotta play devil's advocate. Like I say, if he and the only way he could do it and train it appropriately is he would have to grow a mom and do the whole process 30 days less than what he's doing. Because
yeah.
if you trained him out and grew him for 2 months and was training him out the whole time, again, he just wouldn't get them through the door. They
Well,
wouldn't fit
something
through the
else is
door
happening too, because he doesn't get the coals on the top either. Why do you think that is? What's the problem with that?
because he strips all of his leaves.
Okay, there we go. So that's why he's getting
So,
at best 4-inch top. Like okay,
yeah,
like Crop was saying, the coal is from the top of the bud,
he
your
got,
apical top, down to the
he
first break.
got the bugs because now they have to go in almost like they have to revert back to veg mode because now they have to grow the leaves back so they can convert sugar, so they can make sugars and so they can breathe and all the leaves that is their life support for that bud got ripped off. They
So
can't keep
essentially,
producing a bud.
he's making sucker buds on the top as his
Sucker bud.
apicals.
There you go.
He's making suckers on the top. Thank you, Flyby. But yeah, I mean, he's not getting like these. I have not one time seen even a 10-inch
Those are-
cola
Oh,
on one of his plants.
you wait and see what it looks like in a week, and it's like, yeah, the leaves will be back, but you just wasted a week of flower time. That
Yeah,
week could have went to the buds instead of growing all those leaves back.
yeah, they
It
don't
took a
even do it
lot
in
of
veg.
energy.
They do it in flower.
You took a lot of energy away from the budding plant to grow leaves when you told me you don't grow leaves. But that's exactly what you're doing. You're taking the energy away from the buds to grow those leaves back.
Because that's the
And
the
guess what?
buds as the smaller leaves are sinks.
Guess
So
what?
that also means the whole time the leaves are growing back until they become fan leaves, they're just sucking energy the whole
And
time.
and guess what? The life cycle of that plant doesn't stop. It's still gonna finish when
When it's
it
gonna finish.
finishes,
Yep.
whether the buds are little or not.
It's done when it's done.
It's done when it's done. So if you stunted it for a week or two, you took that much life off of producing bud. That's why you're getting little buds where people that don't strip the leaves get bigger buds. Yes, do we grow bigger buds and perhaps buck them down later? Maybe. But still, bigger buds, in my opinion, at the top of the plant are
Yeah,
nice
as
and yummy.
many as you can get too, as many as you can get. I have like worked at a dispensary for years, bro. I worked there for years, and I had checked in many a flower, bro, and I had been pitched several times almost every single day that I showed up to work, right? And I can tell you right now that the value of the buds from A's to B's to C's is very dramatic, and the way that you determine the A buds are from the apical part of the plant. They are the most valuable part of the plant. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. People can
What-
like talk shit and try and.
What's the first letter in apical?
What's that?
What's the first letter in apical?
A.
Oh, A buds.
A.
Okay.
A plus buds are the most expensive that we would check in, and the value is double from Bs, and so on from Cs. So do you feel what I'm saying? So you go to Cs, and then you double the value of the Cs, you get Bs. You double the value of the Bs, you get As. And sometimes it goes even up from further from there. Like, but and when you look at the buds, you can tell that they're apicals. It's the very tops. And it's real simple. I mean, so you're essentially like at home, even you're like, fuck, I want to grow the apicals, right? I want all A's. Why would anybody focus energy on growing B's? Essentially, why would you want to grow B's only? That's fucking weird.
Everything shoots to the top of the planet. So the top buds are going to be right by the light. They're going to be just the best buds.
Oh yeah, they have the most energy. They get, well, it's not that they get the most energy. They have. So I honestly, for the longest time, and I'm not gonna lie, I felt like I thought it was factual that the buds needed light. That specifically the flower portion of the plant needed light. I really did. And maybe that's a common misconception for growers, new and old. Like, maybe I just didn't look into it, but yeah, until the fact was pointed out to me, I didn't know that, man. I didn't know that the flower isn't, so it's not pulling energy from the light. It's just a sink. It's only pulling energy from the plant, only pulling energy from the plant. So you got to understand how the energy works with the plant. Like, what does the light do with the leaf? How does photosynthesis work? So when like a person says things like taking these parts, these functioning parts of photosynthesis and energy distribution to the plant away from it, and not only just taking like a couple, but taking all of them, like Crop says, the plant now has to go to survival mode and reproduce all of those leaves, all of them. And from that point, it has to and when you do that several times in the flower, you're making it happen again and again. So yeah, that's another thing about it. Like I noticed that in recent times that they're doing it not just once, they're doing it twice.
I'll show you buds at 30 days.
Twice in flower. Those poor plants. Poor things.
Bright light.
Kyle. Oh, look at that shit. Booyaka.
Bright light.
Dude, look at that shit. This is beautiful.
I got 30 days to go.
That's Cola City, brother. That's Cola City.
See, this is what I was talking about. If you look at this side of your canopy, you see?
You can see where it's shadowed out. All shade.
I got legs on this one.
I want the light to hit the ground. What the fuck even is that? Why would you want to waste light? Efficiency is like capturing the light. So when somebody says they want the light to hit the ground, they don't understand efficiency or the word or what it means or what it pertains to in growing. Because efficiency means you capture every fucking stitch of that light. You don't want any of that light to hit the ground, not even a little bit. Can you show us your ground again, my brother? Look how dark it is down there. You could go to sleep. You know what I mean? Like none of that light's hitting the ground. And that's because he's captured every square inch of light, potential light for the canopy and used it for flower. That's amazing, dude.
What's your BPD?
I have no clue. I'm fucking up, bud. I've never tested that. VPD.
My temperatures are 88.
Dude, that looks fire. What strand is that?
This is super crop cherries.
Ooh.
These are my seeds.
Ooh. Very nice.
Basically, super buff cherries S2.
Dude, that looks fucking amazing. I don't think that we'd ever once hear Crop say, "Man, I wish the light would hit the ground in my tent. This is bullshit, bro. Too many colas, too many buds, too big."
No, I always think, fuck, I think I can do it better next time. You
It's
know,
dark
like,
down there, bro. It's dark down there. In my opinion, that's how you want to see. You want to see it dark down there, meaning that you captured all the light on the top. The
well,
top.
I'm weird about, like, I don't want the light hitting the dirt and, and drying the top of the dirt out quicker and then causing algae to grow and, all that shit. I'm not into that. The dirt, I think of it like outside. The dirt realistically needs a thin layer of something, whether it's grass or whatever it is, because otherwise it just becomes nothing. Your dirt will end up blown away. It gets so dry and, nothing in it. And it just burns up in the light of the sun and it just becomes dead.
Becomes crud.
You know?
Yeah, this becomes dried out dirt. You can tell too because when you go to water your shit, it's like it just rolls right off of it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like it's not taking any of the dirt in. It's a little too dry.
Right.
I've tried like high frequency fertigation with like the Athena and shit. It's a hard one to get underneath, dude. It really is. I just feel like I'm always overwatering. You know what I mean?
88 in that tent. Yep. Flyback. In the
88.
bottom group? Nope.
You're 88 degrees in there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, you don't give a fuck?
Nope. Don't give a fuck.
Well, that makes me feel good because I always stress the fuck out about that, brother.
No.
Oh, bad. I'm
Again,
like freaking out.
airflow.
This house knows
Airflow.
that if I'm in flower, deep flower, and it's like getting too hot in here and shit's like, I get in a bad mood. I gotta adjust. You know what I mean? I like it
The,
a nice
the
78.
airflow. Like when you're really hot and you just get a fan blowing on you, it makes you feel so much better, right?
I cannot sleep without a fan, bro.
You're like, oh man, that feels so good. You're like, and it can be 80 degrees.
If it
It can be
wasn't
90
for
degrees.
fans,
You're like,
I wouldn't be
oh,
able to live in life. I would not be able to live life without fans.
same with the plants.
Yeah, the fans are definitely effective. I don't do under canopy fans anymore. Remember how I used to do that a lot?
Yeah,
I
I
like that.
do. I still do. But
I
I
kind of
usually
want
do
to,
that because
you know.
either I have a lot of plants in there, so I just feel like the canopy gets so thick, I need to get air moving up through the bottom too.
Yeah, because if you get that weird shit where it builds up with like a moisture and it gets all, like a little slime
Yeah,
spot.
you'll create microclimates down there.
Yep. You'll get a slime spot, and if it doesn't have like wind, if wind's hitting it, it'll likely dry it out, right? It'll have
hmm
the more of a
hmm
chance to evaporate.
It'll move
Instead
the
of
leaves so they don't sit there and create that moisture. And
right.
yep.
I like to move shit around in my tent too. I look at it and I like for everything to be moving. Like even if the fan, so I two top fans. I really do like the idea of an under fan. The reason
Like
why I didn't have it last time is because the one I was using is fucked up. But
I
I was
think of
probably
ambient temperature versus plant temperature is what I always think about. Like that thermometer and humidity thing, that's just bullshit.
what up midnight?
I'm gonna blow. I know I've talked about this. Some of the people are gonna know what I'm talking about, but you want to go down a rabbit hole. Start looking into dew point. Dew point is actually a more accurate measurement.
2 point. Gotta give midnight a ranch. A ranch.
A ranch.
Nougat. I didn't see nougat. How does that happen? How do people see people in chat before I could see them? I don't get that.
I didn't see him.
He said nougat. Dude, the blueberry smells really good. I'm a stoner. You haven't grown any Lupus's gear yet, have you, brother? Or have you?
Yeah, viewpoint. People aren't talking about it, and I haven't really. I've mentioned it here or there, but
well, how does it affect things, and what is it about? Educate me, make me smarter.
Well, you know,
up trying.
Like their VPD numbers, like if you got it at, say it's at 80 degrees and it's like 65, 70, you know, that feeling of kind of like, kind of feels muggy and
fucking hate that shit.
Gross, right? Miserable. That's a really high dew point on the dew point scale. Like once you get up like in the 60 degree dew point range, you get into where it's just miserable to even be in there. And that's the same with plants. But the VPD numbers put you in the miserable range in the dew point range. You know, like, so, well, you know how we all we came up about like, if you go in there and you're super comfortable and you can hang in there with your plants, then your plants are going to be happy.
Yeah.
If you go in there and it's miserable, then, and that's what's happening, in my opinion, with the VPD numbers. Because if the VPD numbers were so great, also, why don't they use those same high humidity numbers when they're going into flower?
Right. I like a nice 50. 50, 78. Yeah, I pretty much run 50, 78 all the time. I think I heard ADHD may have been the one that said he runs similar numbers, and I just kind of aim for that all the way.
Mine, with lights off and the flower tents, the humidity will fucking hit 70, 75. Again, I don't care as long as everything's moving, right? Like with a lot of airflow and you keep everything moving and you can suck that moisture out. I've never had a problem with PM or mold or nothing like that.
I got PM on my very first run. At first, like in veg, I was able to eliminate it. It fucking sucked, bro. I was freaking out too because I was like, "What the fuck is this hemp?" And he's like,
"But you were running high humidity, weren't you?"
Yeah, it was high. I didn't even know what about the humidity shit, like or any of that stuff. Like, all my plants were bunched up together, like very bushy plants, like all like just crowded up. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, it hit my GMO at first, and then I got rid of it. Thank goodness. I was a dumbass and bought like an $80 bottle of like fucking bullshit that was supposed to get rid of it that it didn't work. You know what I mean? Like the shit that people fall for. Honestly, like I just don't want to see people fall for that kind of shit. I don't want to see new people like fall for, like a special formula that's gonna fix something or whatever.
That's the thing, right? Like we want people to win so bad.
Yeah, our hearts are in a good place, guys. It really is.
That we get frustrated when people choose to go pick this person to learn from that we know is gonna put you behind. They're gonna put you so far behind. You're almost gonna have to start over. So it's frustrating when we just give you a little bit of advice and look, it's easier to kill your shit and start some new seeds. I know that sounds harsh, but that's really not, because the 3 weeks to a month that's going to take to recover, I can show you how to get a mom that you can take 10 clones off of in like 5 weeks. So
a nice, healthy, brand new mom with no problems. You know what I mean? Like, you don't, yeah. That's another thing. People take clones from shitty plants. You know what I mean? We learned that a long time ago too. It's like, I don't think people think of that. And the only circumstance I think it would be okay to take clones from a shitty plant is if that shitty plant was the only shitty plant left of that that awesome strain.
Absolutely had to keep that strain.
But bro, I see people like like slanging fucking clones with woody ass fucking stalks, like dead ass leaves.
Here's the thing about that. That clone may take you a couple generations to get back to have a good enough mom to because you may have to take that and now get a better clone off of it than what the mom's condition is. But that doesn't mean that better clone's a good clone yet. Now you got to grow that clone up and take a better clone off of it than its mom was until you get to the point where, okay, now I have a really good mom.
Yeah, people don't get that, so they'll just generation out. They won't even generation it out. They'll just use that same shit fucking clone as a mom and grow more Woody clones. It's so fucked. It's so bad. I'm like, there's very few people on here that I would take clones from, and most of them are probably here right now. You know, like a few of them might not be, but dude, like I don't trust it, man. Like I would take a clone from Crop because I don't think that he's fucking around with like trying to save gardens from mites and shit. You know what I mean? Like he's not like on it. You know, like I've never once seen my man do that. Like not even one time. You know, it's just shit like that. You're like you're taking clones, you're taking on potential problems from somebody else. You know. It is crazy when you think about it. And anybody that gets clones that you make, you're giving them whatever it is that you did. So put your heart and soul into it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's important to have healthy plants. Mm-hmm. I see people, it sucks to see people like they're at 2 months of veg and now they're like having issues and they got to recover. I think I'll be able to, I go, man, a couple more weeks, I recover, it turns into another month, and now they're 3 months in, and they're like, fuck it, I can't wait any longer, and they flower it, and now they're 5 months, going into 6 months on one grow.
6 months, how many weeks? How many weeks is 6? Because so let's think 8 weeks is 2 months, right?
Yeah.
8 weeks is the standard cycle of flowering cannabis. I mean, most indica hybrid strains, which is most strains, like it's gonna be about an 8 to 10 week. 8 weeks, you can get some fucking fire bud. But 5 months of vegging something, you could have gotten 2.5 cycles through
right
of flowers.
And it was all because you were going to recover it.
Wasted time and space and effort. I don't even know who that was, but that's just like one of those things where it's like, dude,
it's the standard thing I see.
Yeah, it happens everywhere. Let's recover this plant. Dude, that's what is kind of cool about getting comfortable with just trashing plants. I really don't like to do it. It's like one of those things I kind of feel bad about. I'm like, fuck, I made this plant. I'm like, live. And I watch it live and I feel like it's a living thing. And then I'm like, I gotta kill you now. But it's okay because the top of you is gonna become something. I feel bad. But dude, like I've become like acquainted with the cycle and it, of doing it like that. Like I kind of like a big part of me wants to just go through the tent and just take a shit ton of clones. I could just take a full rack of clones if I wanted to. It would push my shit back about a week and a half. But
that's all going to depend on your flower stock, right? Like if you're getting low on flower and you need to get flower going, then you would just,
I go by the 13-month cycle.
A couple clones that you got and use them as moms and flower the ones you got there, Or if you got a bunch of flowers stocked up, then you got time.
To get a good mom and take clones from that, though, you do get good stouty clones. Like bring up a mom. There's nothing like bringing up a mom and getting like a nice bushy plant and then taking clones from that. I do feel like that is the primo because you're getting also the growth rate of the clone too.
And again, like we talked about earlier, if you don't need that mom to grow very fast, like root wise and everything else, just take a shorter clone.
Yeah, I've been experimenting with it, man.
I don't want to tell newer growers that, but I've done that. I've got shorter clones.
I did it just to see if I could do it, and then after I figured out I could, I do it to like, I like to take a couple different sizes that way because nobody wants to like get a clone that has like 2 nodes.
No, I'll use those as my new mom. because then I know I got 2 good nodes coming up below, and then I got, the 2 new bucket starts. I can pinch that top super early and it's super short, and now I'm going to have 4 branches coming out, and then that's the start of the little bush.
Yeah. If it starts to branch out early. Like I said, I like the cubes because you get a lot of branching. You get a lot of stacks.
Unfortunately, people think of topping. When do I top? When do I top? Well, there's not really a right answer, because there's some strings that I feel if you don't pinch the top early enough, as long as you got enough light, you don't pinch that top early enough, I think it'll just keep growing straight up, straight up, straight up, until you pinch the top and encourage the side branches to come out. You need to decide when you want to do that. You can wait and do it later, but then you're going to end up stripping the bottoms. Or you can do it super early and save the bottoms.
If you can somehow, if you got a clone that had like 5 or 6 node, like closely stacked nodes, and you top that plant, you could probably make that, like, because it's really difficult. Like I aim for like the top 2 stacks to be able to get 4 branches from the first. So it's like a modified manifold is what it's called.
You want to do one?
What's that?
We can do one.
Top one? Yeah, I was thinking about it too, but somebody's grabbing the one I was thinking about topping. Otherwise, I would top it. Stopping the apical growth going up, though, it'll branch all those nodes, turn into branches, every one of them. The lower ones are going to be more difficult to get up to, depending on how close to the top they are. So their nodal spacing as they grow is going to be far more stretched than the ones that are, say, at the top, because they are right at the light. So they're going to have really close compacted buds or nodes. This is a perfect example of a look. It's got 4 or 5 nodes.
This one's kind of far down there for me, right? But I mean,
the plant has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 or 6 nodes.
There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, 7 nodes. That's a perfect example.
So we just take it and we do it now. You gotta get in there early. And I'll just come in here. Take that top off. Now that'll encourage every one of these sides to shoot up.
As branches, individual branches. Dude, topping is essential, I feel like, especially at that stage. Dude, that looks good. All that shit looks good. Oh, yeah. Those are beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, that's cool. What is that?
Walmart.
Dude, is that the Walmart
50 watt LED Walmart light.
Bro, I was looking at a cheap Walmart 50 watt.
$20.
Yep, that's it. That's it.
They're daisy chainable.
That's sick, dude. I like that. I was thinking about replacing my closet shit with that.
Yeah, just take the shield off it. It comes with like a filter shield over it. You just take that off.
Like LED paneling. Is that for like under?
It's just got like a filter over it. It's just a fucking little plastic cover over it. You just pop those off and it opens up the LED lights. And then, I mean, I'm making new ones. See, I already pinched the top off of this one. And the bottoms are branching up. And these are just sitting outside.
Yeah, because you want branching right away, right?
Yeah, I want branching right away. I mean, branches is where you grow what?
Yeah, those are pretty.
See, like this one even? This is a cool demonstration. So see here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Already branching too.
Right? 4. And then this literally can be taken as a clone.
Yeah, that's perfect for a cube. Or a clone, or
And
a
then you
cube.
have your little bush that still grows down there.
That's a perfect four post, dude. That would be a perfect four post. They're already all to the top almost.
Same thing with this. I could take this off right here and encourage these lowers to come up. I mean, it's just manipulation. And
Yeah, it's nice when they're already branching out like that too, huh? Because you know they're gonna just blow up.
Bushes.
That's fire, man. Only 2 months still wide enough. 2 months to flower. How's that a quick turnaround?
But it doesn't have to be that way. If you grow a seed, make a good mom, and you use clones to flower, you can still grow a big plant in a month, in 30 days. So even if you're used to doing 2-month veg with seedlings, you can cut that in half with a clone.
The node spacing can be more erratic with clones sometimes. I noticed the training is a bit easier for seedlings for me.
It is, but you build the clone.
But I'm
right?
learning with the clones, right? And like doing four plants that are just four colas is like the easiest shit ever. It's like it's so
You
fucking
build it. You pick your clones. That's the cool thing about building a mob, is then you get to pick your clones. Every single one of them can be exactly the same node space, same like same size, same everything. That's what I love about clones.
Oh yeah, you can just replica a
Yeah.
monocrop.
Mm.
The last
then,
one was my first monocrop, man. First time I ran the same fucking cut.
and if you're only keeping like the top 3 nodes and you're cutting smaller clones, you can do that and replicate that with every strain. So you can make every strain of your clones the same size.
Brilliant.
That's
That's what
great.
I'm doing with the blue and the queen. I'm gonna do like a checkerboard pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go, okay, boom, boom, boom. And then you look at your next, oh, there it is. Boom. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. You cut that one. I mean, you just find the ones and make them all the same. I mean,
Train them the same, do the same shit.
yep.
Well, you might have, if they're different strains, you may find you have to do different shit to the strains. I did.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, different strains sometimes grow a little different, but you'll figure that out if you grow the strain more than once.
I made what I'm hoping is was a like a fourth dimensional move, and I topped the blueberry for a second time, but didn't top the queen the second time because I didn't need to. So hopefully it works all right. Otherwise, the colas will be smaller, But if I remember correctly, the blue grew more vigorously.
Oh, I hit 10,000 watch hours. Ooh.
Oh shit!
Whatever that means.
Like in total?
I guess. I don't know. Last year, I was just under 100,000 for the year.
Holy shit! Dude, I haven't been
I
going.
don't, I mean, I would really love to be able to help people, but I feel like a lot of times
Could you imagine how devastating it would be if
YouTube's
you
just not the
help somebody?
place.
I could see
Because
Crop helping somebody across the board, like from like seed to chop, right? They're in like the back stretch. They get to 3 weeks into flower. Things are going great.
and then
Chop was
it's
unavailable for
all
5 hours. This guy discovers levels, fucking cuts all the leaves off his plant, and then shows Crop his plants. Bro, I could see Crop just being like, you know what? Fuck you guys. Fuck YouTube. Fuck
I just
everybody. I'm out.
I understand everybody wants to listen to everybody, just find their own way and things like that. But there's different styles of growing, but there's not different ways to grow a plant. There's only
To
a
grow a
few
healthy
ways to
plant,
grow a
right?
plant. Right?
Yep.
Mhm.
There's only one way
In the
to not kill a
meantime,
plant.
I don't care what these guys are telling you. If they're telling you, oh, cocoa's the best to grow, and cocoa's the best. It's only the best if it works for you. If it doesn't work in your lifestyle, say you're a busy person and you can't water multiple times a day, it's not going to be the best for you.
Yeah, it's gonna suck.
If you need to be able to go a day or two without having to fuck with the plants, soil is going to be your best friend. I mean, that's why I don't sit here and sit there, oh, you got to grow with this and you got to, it's going to be dependent on your situation. Your first question you need to ask before you buy any equipment is how much, we'll call it medicine. How much medicine do I need to produce to be able to keep myself stocked for the 2 months in between harvests? Let's say
Yep.
3 months in between harvests. You need to figure out how much, and don't come up with some ridiculous number.
But
Be
yeah, like give yourself
conservative,
a good amount. Yeah.
you
A
know,
weekly amount, a daily amount.
and remember the money that you're not going to spend on weed is the money you're putting in your pocket. So
Or enhancing your grow.
you shouldn't be exceeding right. You shouldn't be exceeding that money to grow your weed, or you can just buy it, right? Like if you're spending more to grow your weed than you were spending to buy it, then maybe you should just keep buying it.
Right?
I mean, people don't look at their numbers though at the end of the day. They just grow shit, spend it on this and spend that. And spend, and then you hear them like, oh man, I really need to make a few bucks so I can cover my light bill and this and that. And it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You're putting fucking, so like Robot said, going down the highway, it's fucking trying to fucking go faster than what, you
That's
can't,
where efficiency comes in, right? Like
right.
that's where efficiency definitely is a factor. You don't want to waste any of that light. That light is what's taking up your energy. So
I got free nutrients, so and anybody can do that. So I figured it out last year. The 2x4 tank, it cost me $5 an ounce to grow.
nice, dude. You broke it down. That's fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, I went and bought the electric meter and shit so I could, calculate the electricity and all that. $5 an ounce. It's
That's
about
pretty
time. Once you
fucking
start
good.
growing good, though, you got to
Bye-bye.
start figuring out how you can do better. Well, how are you going to do it better? Well, the only thing you can start doing is cutting veg time and getting more efficient.
Bye-bye. Would you go recruit Nuggy and tell him that the cannabis community needs him now, not the country rap?
Oh, is he over there?
I assume that's what that is. He found Noge. Noge. Yeah, would you let him know that he's being summoned? He's been summoned. Fucking MIA. I guarantee that's where he's at. He's over there chilling.
It's just, I don't know, it depends on how.
No
As
guy.
far as like 88 degrees in the tent, a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, that's really hot. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, do you know how hot it gets when I grow a plant outside?
A bajillion degrees. Yeah, it's super hot.
It's really fucking hot. I don't stand up. Can't stand out there with the plant for very long. I get fucking cooked. Like, it's 100 plus with the index. Like, might have to water a little more, but okay. I gotta water more. That means I get to feed it more. Bummer. That means I get to turn the light up more. Bummer. More light means more yield. Bummer. Like, I don't know. People micro focus on shit that don't even matter. I'm 88 degrees in there, and I got bigger buds than what these guys finish with on day 30. Because all that shit doesn't matter. Like, they make it out.
Crop just kicked him in the newts. Right in the newts. I can't believe Nugget. Nugget.
He's probably over at levels.
He's at like 2 places at one time. You don't think he topped that much? 12 to 16 tops. Damn, son.
Okay, we think you gotta remember though, once you get to a point where you got a lot of tops like that, you've got to remember it takes a lot of energy to feed that many bud sites.
Yeah, because I'll do more.
You start lowering your cola sizes to where you get like I had. Like if you get a plant with like 60 some tops, you're gonna probably get down to like 4 and 3 inch floppers. You know, that's just a lot of tops and a lot of energy to spread out.
Oh, I mean, like, remember Northern Sprogger?
Yeah, that's exactly my point. You see how big his top buds are. I mean, he gets decent sized buds, but they're not very long. They're not, you know, they're just real short because it took so much energy to go through that whole plant that there's not enough time and energy to make those buds colas, like big
And
long
then
colas.
he started getting his balls busted by all of us that, you know, because the first time I met Troy was over at Grow Bosses and shit. Like I went on right after him, I think, on one of the shows. But dude, like I don't understand. Like I didn't really watch a lot of. I never really watched his episodes of Grow Boss or anything. But I'm surprised Grow Boss didn't say you have 4-inch floppers. Maybe he did, and I missed it. Because, you know what I mean? Because dude does. He like I'm not trying to be a dick, but like for a while he was just growing like really tiny buds all close together. So it looked really cool. It looked really cool, but it was just like a lot of little buds, and it took him a long time to get the outer branches all the way to the outside. You know what I mean? So it
He
was like
does a very long veg time. Yeah.
yeah. It's kind of weird seeing that guy walk around with Rob, and then
I like Troy. I mean, out of all of them, I would hang out with Troy.
yeah,
But
Troy seems like he's a chill motherfucker, right? Like
Troy seems
you just fell with the wrong crowd.
it's in with that, you know, get sponsored deal.
He doesn't really fuck around too much anymore. He used to go live a lot and stuff. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I like YouTube unsubbed me or some shit.
He went live a lot though to get the subscribers that he has, so he doesn't have to go as live as long. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he would do like, yeah, I like the way he had his shit set up. So he would chill at his desk, but then he had cameras like facing his garden. So it looked kind of cool.
You know, the little Scrog school was cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I
don't think he does it anymore though.
I got blocked.
I did too. Who was it? Was that one fella that kicked out all the Grow Boss guys?
Yeah,
There were a lot of them. And then I think I had another interaction with Troy over at Creatives or whatever.
Rob at CLTV blocked me from pigeons.
Dude, all the time with Rob, I'll be like, just show your work, bro. And he never wants to show his work. And I think it's fucking funny. And now that he's doing his live and showing his lives, like where he's like just showing, he's like, oh, I'm going to take clones today. And then he doesn't even fucking like show taking clones or anything like at all. He just sits there and cucks around for a fucking hour and a half. I'm not trying to be a dick or anything. It was like, dude just kind of tries to swing his like, I've been doing this for 12 years, dick. And it's like, dude, well, you've not been doing it right for 12 years. So I'm like, go fuck yourself. I'm not trying to be a dick, but a lot of these channels, there's like no information there.
For me, it's the intent that pisses me off, right? They will tell you they're out for the home growers, right? They're for the home growers. But really what they're for is the home growers' money.
You know who I like, and I know he pulled his shit. I like Basement. You know what I mean? I know he rules that crowd. Like Basement will hang out and he'll shoot the shit with you. He's a cool dude.
Another one I think with Basement Joe. Yep. Yeah.
He's chill, dude. Like he'll actually shoot the shit. Like he's, you know, I know he got pretty big for his britches, and I think a lot of us were talking to him before all that.
Yeah.
You know, but he still will talk to you. Like I noticed the other day, I was looking at the people you can now see like some of the people that are publicly subscribed to you. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yep.
Yeah, like, and he was one of them. I was like, oh, homie still subscribed to me, even though I was kind of a dick. That's cool. That's kind of a dick to him, you know. But he's chill. Like, he's pretty cool. He did flip out about the fucking that one thing. That shit was pretty funny.
I mean, we laughed at all the people that Grove ripped on. We laughed at them. We busted their balls some. But they got, like, in my opinion, just way too sensitive about it. Like, you went along and blocked every, like, come on. Like, realistically, in a community, there's going to be people that don't get along. You don't block them because they still could add value to the community. Like, whether you guys think it or not, like, there's a group of us that could, I mean, we could kill you guys, like, as far as content, as far as, like, teaching people to grow, we could do it literally in a couple shows and kill your content for producing videos.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's that easy. And I don't
and
need
a lot of
to
them
put
are reaching for random, like, bro science stuff that doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
I don't need to push a code to teach you to grow. These people are out here thinking now that they're never going to be able to grow because they're making this long list of equipment they're going to need because these guys are telling them they need to buy all this stuff and have all this stuff. So they're thinking, $3,000, I'm never going to be able to grow any weed. When that's so full of shit. That's not true at all.
Dude, you can grow with 100-watt light in your closet. Grow one plant. Try it out.
In my opinion, your biggest expense is going to be your light.
Yep. Dude, the first light I bought was 100-watt. I've flowered under this 100-watt busted ass fucking Mars Hydro so many times and produced fucking stellar weed, bro. Stellar weed. You know what I mean? I let my son use it to finish out his first run for one plant. That fucking weed was so good.
I mean, people think we're assholes, but they don't understand the equipment and stuff that have been given away. Like, oh, you need a light here, fuck, somebody will send you, like shit like that. I don't see that happening at Rob CLTVs.
Oh, people rallying for people, helping them out, helping them get going, giving them genetics. Yeah. Like stable genetics. That's not happening.
When New York John sent LED that light and
that was
stuff,
so cool.
That doesn't happen everywhere. But it happens over where the guys are that are supposedly the assholes, right? That happens over here.
Yeah.
Cuts, just sending cuts to everybody, like, right?
Giving people fire shit. Like straight up medicine.
Yeah, I'm not trying to shit on nobody because I don't want to do that shit anymore. If you're happy with what you're doing, cool. But don't come ask me for advice if you're just going to turn around and do the fucking opposite. Because all you're going to do is annoy the shit out of me.
Yeah, that is like a waste of time is annoying.
But yeah, it's not only wasting my time, it's wasting your time. You might as well not even talk to me if you're going to just do the opposite.
Dude, that's happened to me several times. I got sick of that shit. I learned quickly. I'm like, I'm not hemp with Gigi. That guy, has the patience to teach like the worst of us. Like, and it just, for me, I get frustrated quick and I'm like, you know what I mean? I go to dad mode and I'm like, okay, well, what you just did there was incorrect. And this is why, you know what I mean? Like, but then after a while it gets frustrating when it's like, dude. And the first 3 people I tried to help out, or first 2, they were like brothers. One was pretty responsive, but like the other was just like he wanted to do what he wanted to do. You know what I mean? But he wanted to use my information, or at least say he did. And so it was like one of those things where it's just like he was an equipment chaser. He liked to buy things. He had money to spend on it, and he eventually became a really good grower. Like he's actually decent as fuck now, and his brother like is awesome. But it's just one of those things where it was frustrating me so much because I would show up to like hang out with like a bunch of you guys with this guy and like him and I would just get into an argument about something. and like say you were in the room, you'd be like, hey, Happy, why didn't we're having a heat issue with his tent. Why didn't you tell him to take that fan that's blowing onto his fucking light straight down onto his canopy off? And I'm like, yo, I did 5 times. You know what I mean? He didn't fucking listen. So it was like I was even, it's like a scenario like that happened many times. Like that was fictional, but you know what I mean? That kind of shit. Like just
like,
over and over.
oh, Happy, you're helping him. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'm like, yo,
Why
literally
didn't you
minutes
tell
before
him
the
this?
phone,
Like,
you know.
and so then your integrity is starting to get questioned. People are like, what the fuck? You're supposed to be helping this guy. Why is he fucking sucking ass? And it's like, because the motherfucker just won't listen. Like,
And in that very same meeting I was talking about, I don't think Crop was there for that one. He may have been actually. I don't know. But I know several people that were. Like, like the question came out. I was like, I had a premonition of it. Like, oh, my boys are going to ask me why I didn't tell them to take that fucking fan off that shit that I did. Like literally minutes prior to that, right? Like that same exact actual scenario that happened. And instead, this guy wanted to proceed to like buy a very expensive air conditioner, to resolve the situation instead of just listening to the basic. Let's start here. Because there's always a let's start here. Like I learned that with hemp. Like let's start here. Let's figure out like the problem first, and let's find solutions to remedy the problem.
or you're just gonna chase it.
We're just gonna chase it. Like I was struggling with like temperature, I thought, and stuff like that. Like it's interesting to hear you say it's not as big of a deal, but to me back then I thought it was a huge deal. So like I was, deep in flower and hitting extreme temperatures and extremely low humidities. And so I was trying to balance all that shit out, and until I understood like what the lung room was and how I need to make sure that room, and it's pretty simple stuff, right? Like you sit there and you think about it later on, you're like, oh shit, like of course the room that the tent's in is going to need to be cooled if I want the tent to be cooled, right? Like it's pretty fucking easy stuff, but like for whatever reason I didn't think of it like that then. So until it was brought to my attention, like I didn't really put action onto it. But like trying to spread that information to somebody else, maybe I'm not as good as like saying to a person like, look, you need to cool off your shit in there if you want your tent to be cool. Like, but it's simple things like that. Like, hey, take the fan off that you have pointing straight down onto your light onto your canopy. I mean, that's like a ridiculous thing, right? Like you're worried about the temperature of your shit, and the air is going up and sucking out of your your inline out of the top of your tent. Why fight against it and have a fan aimed straight down onto the hottest part of your tent? Like it just doesn't make sense. 2 fans, actually, homie had 2 fans.
Ceiling fan.
Yeah.
Ceiling fans at the top of the fucking on your ceiling. In the wintertime, you click the switch so that way it brings the heat down. In the wintertime, you click the switch so that way it spins the other way and it sucks the heat up. Same thing in a grow tent. If you're always going to be worried about heat, you need the heat to go up because that's where your exhaust fan is. You can't
don't find it
down. Yeah.
You don't want to fight it, right? And it's just little things like that that are hard to tackle sometimes when you're trying to help motherfucker out. It really is. Yeah, heat rises. Dude, I'm rolling another. So fucking Nuggy is just rocking out over there.
Is that where he is?
Yeah, he's rocking out over there. Somebody go over there and tell him he's a traitor. Say no gap. No gap.
He must be on someone's panel.
Yeah, he's on a panel. Flyby came over and
Was he on? He must be at Triple T's.
And name dropped him over here. He's like, I found the Nuggy. Austin said hi to him earlier. That tripped me out because I was like, what? That happens all the time. I see people saying hi to people I don't see. Makes me think people got blocked or something. There was like so many fucking channels blocked on my shit when I finally went and looked at it. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
I don't know how they even got on that.
I don't even know how it happened. I think it's there was like a user with milk in their name a whole bunch that was blocked like a fuck ton, dude. I'm like, I don't
That's why I
remember.
was taking everybody's wrenches because I couldn't remember who had a big wrench.
I did a full wrench pull, bro.
So, so people that have big wrenches, if they're in a mood, they can end up fucking doing shit like that, and you won't even know it.
Yeah, I think I only gave like I think Nuggy and Hills had a biggie. But I just I did the wrench pull thing after I saw like 5 or 6 of my boys that were like, you know what I mean, close friends that were like, you know, like time like totally silenced. I was like, what the fuck? Dude, plus YouTube's been on a fucking rampage. Have you noticed the dude, actually honestly, dude, fuck this shit, but have you noticed that if you don't have premium, I don't know if you do YouTube, like it's like adpocalypse right now. Like they are literally like you can't even skip the ads anymore. Well, you can skip them, but you can't block the ads how you used to be able to.
No, you can't. No, no, no. The
They
ads
changed it.
are like take forever before you can skip them.
And now now they take forever and now they hit you with 5 fucking 30-minute or 30-second commercials in a row. Like over and over again, bro. I'm getting like smacked with it. I'm almost like gonna submit and just give them my fucking $10 a month for premium. I'm getting to that point, bro. I'm like, holy shit. Because I had like 6 months for free or whatever, and it just expired. So I'm like feeling it. I'm like, fuck this, fuck these commercials.
I should do that just to try it. I'm gonna
You
see if I
block
can go over
commercials.
there and fuck
You
with
get in
Megan.
trouble for that, Root. They get pissed for ad blocks. And, like the ad block shit is fucking crazy on YouTube. If you have a channel, I wouldn't suggest doing that. At least, maybe I'm tripping.
I'm coming to get you, Noogie.
Are you getting Noge?
Maybe. See if I can find him.
Oh shit, crops on the hunt.
Starbuns, where are you?
Get Nuggy Star.
We need to find
Dude, I feel
Star.
bad. He called me while I was getting my new phone the other day, and for whatever reason, he couldn't hear a word I was saying. Homie's just sitting there eating chicken fingers. He's like, "Yo, what's up? Happy you told me to call you, so I'm gonna call you right now." That's my best Starbucks. But he, you know what I mean? He's like,
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. Who we think he's at? We
he
think
couldn't
he's
hear
at
me.
Triple T's.
Oh, he's at Triple T's.
I don't know. When did Triple T go live? Where is Triple T?
Yeah, Nuggy.
Yeah, it
Cannabis
streamed an hour ago. That means
comes
he's
first, bro.
Shop Easy.
He's at Chops.
I'm gonna find it.
Is that the one you went up on his shit?
Yeah, that's the one. I went up on Chops and I've been up on Triple T's.
Oh yeah. How's that shit going with you guys, man? Is it going pretty good?
It's all right. We've got to narrow down a better time. We're always either I'm doing something or he's doing something.
It really gets fucking old about this fucking channel and just in time and all that shit. And I'm so fucking tired of hearing that. If you pay,
are those channels a lot about like
it's open panel is why.
is it disputes and shit or what?
these guys,
There's drama and shit.
about anybody like sucking ass. You know, these guys are friends and they do this. This is what they do. I mean,
I'm gonna go jump over here with these guys. I gotta go stand up.
All right, brother.
I gotta go.
You gonna say what's up? Yeah, we'll probably wrap her up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you everybody for chilling out and all that good stuff and hanging out and all that good stuff. And we'll get back on the regular schedule of things. But like I said, it'll probably just be like like one day a week because like there's PKR on Mondays, there's Nuggy on random days, and anybody else that goes live. So yeah, I figure like one day a week should suffice. But anyways, everybody have a good night, man. Tomorrow's Friday, so yeah, you'll probably see me. You'll probably see us then. All right. Till next time. Peace.
with the goons and the pit bulls. Throwing up on lake with the fat chip. Hit a lick, wind up in the pickle. How you out so late? Why you on this block? Capital One. What's in your wallet? Where you playing you from? How you get down here? Let's see if you can run them pockets. I'm way past giving a fuck. You picked the wrong damn one. If you want that dirt, I'ma jump you first, motherfucker. We'll see who runs. Anybody, bitch, I ain't got a penny on me. I done had so many try me.